Hello, everybody. Even though no one's here yet, but got it working.
It's for the VOD watchers.
It is for the VOD watchers.
For
If
the
you're watching
VOD
the VOD,
watchers,
you're
secret
infinitely
content.
cooler than everyone else.
Oh yeah, are you sure about that? The VOD watchers are the coolest, huh?
I mean, yeah.
It says you aren't live currently.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's live.
I see it.
I'm getting ads at least.
Alright.
I hate there's always pre. No matter what you do, there's always pre-roll ads.
Damn it.
Alright, now it's streaming. Alright.
Rad.
Ayo Blob.
Blob Mitch. I like that name. Oh golly, oh golly, oh golly. Yeah, we should probably just wait a bit.
Yeah.
Make sure that everyone's in.
The funny thing is, so I'm looking through the point redeems. One of them is character takes 1 poison damage. My character's resistant to poison, so that does nothing to me.
Well, why'd you tell everyone in stream then?
Well, then you specifically take, I don't know, blunt force trauma to the eye, to your left eyeball.
Wow, rude.
Only
Hey,
the
my
left
right
eye.
eyeball. I just got my glasses done, and apparently my right eye is just the worst. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, hi. Okay, different Twitch name versus. Yes, I know who you are.
Oh goodness, I'm not even looking. Hello, who's here?
That's a Grelk person who was
Oh,
talking about
someone
wanting to
new.
join.
Hello. Minnow for the resub. Thank you. Hey, Fred. And hello, Blob. Blob? Blob Mitch, hello. I'm the new guy who might be your future part. Oh, okay, welcome in. Oh, goodness, we already have a self-care redeem from Fred. All right. All right,
That's good.
Fred.
Self-care before you enter.
Self-care before death.
There, your skin is nice and supple.
That's
So it can be
weird.
snapped.
You need to stop that.
Okay.
I think we need to kill the DM.
Yeah, we need to end the DM now.
We did
We
say
need
we
to
would
put it
give
down.
him one more
Polymorph is an
try.
option. Golly.
You're the one that was with me when I set all these up. You're the one that agreed on all
I
these.
forgot polymorph was an option. That should be fun, but oh golly.
It also occurs to me the true resurrection redeem would replace her limb.
It
So
would.
if she
Yeah, but
if
you
she
snipe
dies
her.
and someone casts true resurrection, then she gets her arm back.
My
Yeah, but
character
yeah,
just becomes obsolete.
Yep, you're obsolete. Get wrecked, nerd. Oh, and let's get
who
Cries
needs
in
a
Druid.
DM to play D&D anyways? Yeah, screw me. Alright,
And hey, Fred, if you're here, how's everyone's volume right now?
As we all go
That-
quiet.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll make large sounds.
Everyone seems good. All right.
Alright, good.
as I guess, I mean, I've been just kind of brain sauce mode. I'm not in game yet. Should I get into the game? Should we get focused?
I don't know.
Should we
Oh,
ready
What's
up?
going on? What's going on? What are we doing?
Dying.
We're focusing.
Yeah, I
Focusing?
think I'm gonna be dying more. I'm gonna lose the other arm this session.
As a quick PSA for those in Chitty Chat, most of y'all should already know there are redeems you can spend with your points in order to influence the chat, such as joining the guild as an NPC son. Near the bar, there's 2 NPC sons already joining the guild. They aren't for players. Mojo Loki Master Labs. It supports the guild. It gets your name to be displayed within it, and it pretty much supports the guild, as well as just many things you can do along the way. As we did do a session 0 earlier, we're going to be probably just recapping a bit more, not the session 0 entirely, but the characters themselves. Just want to make one last A-OK. Is everyone ready?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Also, can we remove 2 HP from 7?
What?
He does 7 HP.
7 has 9 HP.
Exactly, that's why we need to remove 2.
No,
It's
mine.
If you want.
I need these.
7 only has 7 HP for the rest of the game.
No.
Yeah.
Listen
You
here.
take 2 points of. No, you.
I'm gonna could I rename my character 126?
By the way, for those in Roll20, if you go into the settings, audio and video, and then video display, you can make it so it's names only instead of the portraits.
I was trying to remember how to do that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Got it.
Yeah, it
Thank
helps.
Yeah.
Alright. So, I guess who wants... Everyone roll a d20 just to get this up. Roll a d20 to see who gets to go first. Just a flat up d20. Drake, you are last.
Not me.
Oh wow, Cassette, you might be... Oh no.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Okay.
Nobody's
Roll20
rolling high.
Roll20 hates me, and all of us.
It's
Yesterday
fine,
was
get your
all.
bad rolls out of the way.
Yesterday it was all under 10 too.
Yeah.
That's a you problem. That's not a Roll20 thing.
Well, it was everybody.
Yeah, it was me.
Well, that's a you plus... Alright, you must be cursed.
Oh, plus
Why?
Bozo.
I wonder which method Roll20 uses.
I don't know.
Probably
Like-
probably like a microphone, right?
What?
You can't in computer languages you can't seed an actually random thing, so you have to base it off of random occurrences in nature.
Oh, okay.
So one of the ways
Yeah.
that they do it is they'll make a sound isolation room and put a microphone in it, and then just get the random off the ambient noise in there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are a lot of different ways to do pseudo-random, but
There is. I just didn't know about that way specifically.
yeah,
You can do lava lamps too.
funky.
Interesting, but I can understand how that would work. Yeah.
Let's see.
So it looks like
Ah.
Ari is going first.
Within this world of Guild World, where there's a bunch of different guilds, as the general premise, it is essentially a world that is currently always under construction and in making of with the players who join and in chat. This world is one that is unstable and being formed in front of people's eyes without them ever seeing or realizing it. If they visit a town that doesn't exist, that town will be created right before they enter, or perhaps a little bit before that. That being said, welcome to the Outcasts.
That's us.
It's a guild that is at the bottom of the map so far. Way, all the way down to Mossport is the town name. Next to them is the Wild Lands, a land that used to be filled with a kingdom rich in magic and technology. However, due to the experiments done by the wizards, something had gone horribly wrong, and a jungle sprouted out overnight, spreading further and further. Over the past 50 years, it just kept on spreading throughout the lands, and is approaching on Festral, which doesn't really matter, as the wizards seem to have found a way to halt its advancement down to the south. The very first person that we will be jumping to is going to be Xylaria. In this underground guild, a burrow of sorts, what is it that you are doing right now?
So as of right now, my character is still working on the room that I was privileged to be able to start making as long as I made it myself, and as long as I did not poison the owner of the guild.
Meh.
So I am working on this room, trying to open up its walls and start my first batch of mushrooms.
As you had gained mushrooms from your guild leader a while back, just as kind of a gift, I suppose, a welcoming gift, as you've managed to plant them and make sure that they're safe. You've started making progress, but it's still not as what you want to see, as we'll expand the map later on, but literally, first thing you decided to do was add to it, so it's like, okay, cool, I don't have time to add that.
Yep.
Y'all
You're
haven't
welcome.
finished that yet. Yeah, that's the excuse.
Welcome.
Oh yeah, say that like you'd be the one adding it.
Yeah, well, we haven't added that. It's my, yeah, totally my job. I'm sorry for taking credit. Day player, you're the one.
Yeah, I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah, no, it was 100%.
Thanks for the follow, Relic.
How would you describe your character's physical appearance?
So my character's physical appearance is a 6 foot tall elf. She's a dryad, but she's made of mushrooms. Her skin is bark-like, with these fluorescent, iridescent, glowing mushrooms around her, as spores slowly drift around behind her. She wears a very flowy outfit, also with these deep purples, the same as the mushrooms that grow in her skin. And her hair is
Anything else
long
you wish
and
to
a
add?
dark tone.
Anything else you wish to add?
That is it for right now.
As it goes from you, who's digging out the walls. Just behind you, sitting in a larger chair, one that definitely doesn't match with anything else, although nothing really matches. All of it seems to be mismatched furniture and desks, gathered from who knows what location. What is your character doing? Alina?
Aliana.
Aliana! Gosh darn it! Oh, Aliana.
I didn't even go for like a really weird name this time. This is fairly easy to pronounce. Okay.
I'm dumb though.
Aliana
Aliana.
is
Ugh.
sitting at the table, and one hand, or her remaining hand rather, her left hand is sort of switching back between rubbing where her other hand used to be, and just sort of idly dragging her fingers along the mat on the table. She seems eager to do something. She's been not able to do anything for a while and just sort of holed up. So she wants to do something to repay, and so she's waiting for something to happen, basically. As for her appearance, she definitely doesn't match the Outcasts in terms of race. She is a human, though a very short human, at only 5 feet tall. She is thin, almost to the point of being malnourished. She has long, flowing silver hair that flows about to her chest height. But the most striking thing is, of course, the missing arm, as the sleeve of her, the right sleeve of her shirt is tied up into a knot to show that she has no arm there. She is also wearing an eye patch over her right eye currently, though anyone currently in the guild would know that she isn't actually blind there. She just wears an eye patch to help her see in the dark by removing it. She seems more spry than before, definitely less depressed like she was yesterday, or not yesterday, but the other day. She seems more
Determinate
spry.
period of time.
Cece. She seems more spry, but still clearly downtrodden, and occasionally almost forgetting that she's missing an arm as she goes to reach for something and then nothing seems to happen, and then she has to grab with the other arm. She's clearly not used to missing an arm. And that'll be my description. And thank you, Blob.
That desk you're sitting on is the type of desk that you'd expect paperwork for a guild to be, but this guild has no paperwork, so
What's paperwork?
there's not much to do other than drink alcohol, eat food, and sleep within these halls as of current moment. However, Seven, the guild leader, way up top, has something to do. and is currently doing something.
Yes.
After almost burning down, your entire lab,
It
most
was
of the
only
smoky
a
smell is
small
gone.
fire.
Small fire, it lit most like 3 mushrooms on fire, and you got lucky with the 2 not being flammable.
We also don't ask about the chained up coffin in the corner. I found that, and I just kind of left it there.
You found it, it's fine, just don't open it.
It's not grave robbing if you just find it.
Yeah.
Don't ask where I found it, but I found it.
What exactly are you doing currently with your mad sciences?
Currently, just Seven is working on testing out various mushrooms. What happens when you boil them? What happens if you melt them? What happens if you burn them slightly, not to catch full fire? Trying just to get the feel of what is growing in his room that he can use to possibly make alchemical supplies, or tools, or bottles of poison to throw at people. Whatever is necessary.
As you are performing these experiments, like your rat-like physique, because cough, cough. Wait, what were you again?
I am a rat folker, Nezumi to be precise. 3 feet tall, 70 pounds soaking wet. Rat. Doing experiments in the back room that I dug out for my guild. As this, the Outcasts are my guild.
I like that Aliana is just slightly heavier than he is at 89 pounds.
Wonderful.
She's thin and
You
missing
had-
an arm.
Already gone into the pretty much town earlier,
Yes.
as you had gotten the supplies you needed to make a trek.
Yes.
Although you had these mushrooms that just suddenly spontaneously started to grow within your area, it wasn't necessarily enough.
Yes, just
You wanted to
working.
get some supplies, bigger supplies. You have much, much bigger plans to do,
none of these work.
as the time is coming. Is there anything in particular that would spur you forth to enter that dangerous, magical, enchanted jungle?
Well, I remember from the wizards that they throw all their broken toys there. I want some of them.
As would a science experiment go wrong, or would you have just completed a science experiment to kind of turn you on your heels and change what you're doing?
Reached an impasse with one of my experiments and decided to give up on it for now. Before it explodes in my face, as many others have before.
As through desperation, you start to mix things, and then stop right before you just throw a vial into another vial and think, wait a second. Put down the vial before any explosions of smoke go off.
At least we put vents in, looking up at the ceiling.
You installed those vents, yes.
You're welcome for those, by the way.
Yes.
As it will be up to you if to have you walk out and gather your crew. Do you ever feel like it's inconvenient to have your secret lab so far away from the main section, or
No,
are
because
you
when
still very satisfied with it?
I'm quite satisfied, because when I start getting enthusiastic test subjects, it's better to have a long hallway, so the sounds of testing can't be heard as easy in the sleeping room.
Yeah. You have 2 people who seem to be passed out in front of the bar. They joined for the ale and they seem to be passed out, but you do see your 2 longest members and most reliable ones, Eileen? Alina?
Aliana.
Aliana! How the... Okay, I'm writing that down.
Aliana. Aliana. It's in the name. Just read it.
Aliana, yes. How... Okay, and
Like
Xylaria.
Alistar, but Anna on the end.
Did I get Xylaria right?
Yes, you can just
How
call
can
her
you
Z
get-
if you need.
How can you get Xylaria right, but not Aliana?
Oh no!
It's fine. Everything's fine. It's the
You think
mushrooms.
my brain makes sense? The answer is no.
It's the mushrooms.
Hey, you two.
Yes.
I perk up a bit, but don't respond audibly.
We are going on a trip to look for salvage.
I'd like to help.
Wonderful.
Right. I'll come with you.
Those two look too drunk to help. Maybe poison them later.
I see. Well, what all do you need help with?
We're going to the woods.
The wilds?
Yup. The wizards drop all their broken crap there. It makes the worm. That's why the forest is there. I heard the wizard that I learned from talk about it. Their failed experiments go over there. That's where the forest came from.
I see. Well, as long as we aren't going too deep, it should be fine.
We will go where the path takes.
Right. I stand up and just start to get ready, gather my very few belongings.
Grab your packs. Let's go.
It's a quick prep work as... I assume you bring a variety of things. I assume you have rations. Usually expeditions inside the forest will, like, be more or less a couple days. But, like, for sakes of just travel and stuff like that, we don't really need to worry about it. I'm not the type to really do the survival thing unless there is a specific, like, challenge to it. However, I will get one of you to roll a survival check.
I can do that.
Not me.
I am a god at survival. Well, I'd say that now. I'm gonna roll a nat 1. Let's
And-
see.
What
On
is your
the other
survival?
side as well,
Oh,
I will
only a nat 7, so 15 total.
15 total. And on the other side, I will need Jeff to do a survival.
Okay.
Hefe.
We're gonna have a...
Oh no.
Oh no.
How could this happen to you?
Well, this explains how I might meet you all. I'm lost as fuck. In my own swamp.
Alright, Jeff. This expedition. You had recently left your home. Reflecting back on it, you aren't quite sure where went wrong. You don't remember where you were going or what the situation was. But you find yourself in a precarious situation. On top of a outcrop rock that is highly elevated, you look down perhaps like a 30-foot drop? It's hard to tell from up here. You remember going to bed, but when you woke up, you were up here. You don't remember climbing up anything like this, but here you are.
Forest is not a kind mistress today.
The squawking of birds, fish flowing through the river can be seen. What does Jeff look like?
Jeff, standing atop the rock, looking very confused, is a. They don't have feet or weight down in what's the name of the town?
Ooh.
Zarb or no?
Zeb.
Zeb?
It
Oh,
was
Zrub. That's it.
Zerub, thank you.
It's Zrub, but he is quite taller than most in Zrub, and weighs at least 17 of the stones they use to measure things. But he'd be known as a bugbear. And he's quite shaggy, and with long, furried limbs, and strangely, unlike most bugbears you might see, has a long tail as well. He is unarmored, though he does have some primitive clothing, a mantle of what looks like leaves, and a bit of a bandolier and teeth necklace, and kind of some makeshift pants around him, and he wields a rather large halberd or glaive that he uses to great effect. Oh, and he'd probably be barefoot too, when I think about it.
You should be able to control your token right now.
Yes, I can. Do I have all of my stuff on me? Is this a hangover situation?
I'm gonna say you have all your stuff. You didn't lose it. Actually, oh golly, survival of 2.
I'm guessing a survival 2 would mean I ate the wrong mushrooms and went on a spirit quest last
I'm
night.
gonna say you see the majority of your stuff on the ground right now, like down below, kind of just scattered about.
Is it near that skeleton I see?
Not quite actually. It would be more or less around, like, kind of like these areas.
Oh, that talking salamander lied to me. I'm beginning to think those mushrooms were not the good kind. Far too spicy. I will take a look around, and being a denizen of the very dangerous jungle, I will check and see if there are any threats around before I jump down off this rock.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Never trust the salamander man.
Oh, it's the big hand he uses. It's his big meaty paw that he uses to cover his eyes that gives him that perfect perception.
Yeah, and like hand over like the eyes and like
to
blocking
shield
out the
himself
sun.
from the sun.
First thing you hear is what sounds like footsteps. Seven, Zylaria, and Aliana. I got it right. Please tell me Aliana is right.
Close enough.
Aliana. Okay. Would you be talking about on this journey, or would you be traveling in complete silence?
The other two can talk. Aliana is staying quiet and just sort of keeping her eyes out. Or eye out.
I haven't
Seven,
seen this part of the woods before.
I don't smell any magic items. We go deeper.
As you hear that and just footsteps, there's also several like just animals about, the fish in the waters, there's the birds, there's like a few like deer-like looking creatures that are fantasy and nature.
Seeing strangers approach into the jungle, Jeff would go to the. If I can control my character.
Yes, you can.
Oh, the number pad didn't work. Okay. Would move his way to the back of the rock and kind of do his best to quietly slide down, just grabbing the sides of the rock face with his big meaty paws, and then
Stealth
trying to
and athletics.
athletics. Okay.
And stealth, yes.
I do a perception.
Absolutely.
All right.
If anyone else wants to do perception as well, feel free to do so.
I'm using my passive perception as of right now.
What's your
Yeah.
passive again? It was
I'm
like
gonna
crazy
fail
high.
every check despite having good numbers.
My passive perception is 16.
Ah.
Mine's also 16.
Mine's
I'm
Cool,
actively
cool.
looking at some
I'm going to
numbers.
say you don't hear anything right now. With your athletics, you are able to get down. There's a few bit of noises, but I'm gonna say y'all are too far away. You can move your tokens however you feel like right now. There's no current combat.
What do you think that tastes like? Looking over to the deer, long-necked deer squirrel thing.
I don't want to find out.
Next
Uh,
time.
About it later.
I'm staying up ahead to try and protect the group. I'm holding the quarterstaff that Xylaria gave me and just keeping it mostly at my hip for now with the one arm. It seems like I'm more used to using the other arm, but I'm versatile. I can use both. I'm just not quite used to holding my main weapon in this arm.
Seven, do you want to roll a nature check since you've looked at the deer in particular?
Sure, why not? I
don't have
can
to, but,
look.
like-
I can see what it is. Maybe. Heh.
You can tell that one, it's not carnivore, but the other thing is it doesn't seem to be frightened or running away from you, meaning it probably just doesn't have much of an idea about people in general.
We could easily kill it and take its food and take its meat.
I'm fine without wild deer meat. But thank you.
Sam, I'd rather study these before we try to eat them.
Meh. Fine.
Could Jeff see that happening, like them kind of going for their weapons and then not drawing them?
Yes. Xylaria, at this point, you would have probably not seen exactly what it is, but you would have probably seen movement from around where Jeff is.
Be
Jeff is-
careful.
Oh, sorry. Jeff is going to think these might be good people, so he's going to step out from behind the rock and proceed forward to the little crossroads here, where the trail splits.
Sees person, draws crossbow.
Yeah, Aliana
Hold on.
steps. I step further in front and properly wield my quarterstaff now. Not offensively, just defensively to protect anyone if something happens.
As you do see a bugbear standing before you.
Jeff the Bugbear would just be standing with the business end of his weapon on the ground and his hands on either side of the pommel, as it's standing straight up, waiting for the strangers to approach.
Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, I'm choking. Oh, not in character.
They start coughing. No.
Ah,
Oh, I picked a bad time.
Like, remnants of a mushroom.
aha, my hidden stinking cloud spell. It works.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Please do
Back
not
here.
call your fart that anymore.
Jeff will respond. I am Jeff of the jungle. Who are you?
I'm Aliana. Are you friendly?
Are you friendly?
I'd like to think so.
Then as am I.
Okay. I
Come.
lower my weapon a bit, but still keep it at the ready.
Come. I wish to see you better. And I'll start approaching the group.
Meh.
Aliana
What
walks
brings-
closer, but is mostly walking closer to keep the others protected than to actually converse better with Jeff.
Jeff will say, "What brings you to this? What brings you to the jungle this day?"
I just look over to Seven so he can respond.
Seven is just squinting at Jeff. This one doesn't seem like they want what I want. Very
That-
well.
Is that good or bad?
It means they're not opposition to what I want.
Ah, okay, okay.
And your friend read minds?
I
We're
don't
not
know.
sure.
That is very impressive.
We are looking
There-
for magic items discarded here by the wizards of old and new.
Ah, yes. Those who brought the green to this place. Yes, wait. Actually, out of character question. Would people of Zrub know of like random magical items laying around?
Roll a history check.
History, oh boy. I don't specialize that at all.
Well, he's looking for magic items. I'm here to protect him. And protect her too. I motion to Xylaria.
Hmm. Yes, it is good to have friends to protect you when needed. I thought I had a friend in a talking salamander, but he proved treacherous.
What did he do?
Led me here and abandoned me.
I'm sorry. It's no good to be abandoned.
No. But I am fine and will live another day, so all is well.
As for magical items, there's a lot more, like, within the, like, the further you go in, the more there is. With just kind of thinking about the history of things, most of this knowledge would not be your own knowledge. But there should be, like, former towns and ruins somewhere within the forest. You know that the town you came from. What was the town name again? Darn. Okay.
Zerub.
Zrub. In Zrub, there would be a few collected there, but it's up to you if you trust these people enough to say, yeah, where I come from, Zrub, there'd be stuff.
I'm guessing like the more abandoned places and the more magical items are like deeper in the forest, the more danger it is. It is kind of deal.
Yeah. It's places that you yourself would not wish to go at this current moment.
Jeff will say, "Oh yes, the magical items of or he'll say the powerful items. Yes, you will not find many here. Deeper into the forest is where you want to go, but I would not advise it."
The forests are
However-
dangerous.
Yes, quite dangerous. However, if you would like to speak of them, or perhaps borrow one, there are some in Zrub further in. I have many friends who are better with magic than I. Would you like to meet them?
Yes, I'd like to meet them and see these items.
I seem more cautious, but slowly nod in agreement.
Good. Well, I believe I know the way back. Do I know where I am right now, by the way? Like, have I seen this trail?
Roll another survival.
Survival, okay. Get me much worse than the last one.
You are not sure how far that magic room took you, but you are a long ways away. Probably not within this campaign section to get there right now.
Mhm.
If I'm gonna say, did any of you want bring a map with y'all?
I did not.
Yes, I have one map and I need it, so I take it with me.
Which,
I tactically acquired it from a captain of a ship.
the place that he is speaking of, you would be like just entering pretty much the wildlands, like roughly around like just still the tip.
Okay.
It's way over here is the land he's talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's not a this session go to sort of thing, but perhaps the next session sort of thing.
Well, we can.
Yeah, Jeff will be looking around and recall where he is and say, "Salamander, you really took me on a journey last night."
I mean, most of your journey's over.
Yeah. Oh well. Perhaps he did not betray me. Perhaps he guided me here to you all.
Yes.
On that note, however, it's best safe than sorry. Do not eat the spotted brown mushrooms.
Looks over to the mushroom.
Yeah, looks over to the mushroom woman.
Yes.
I wasn't planning on eating any mushrooms.
My goodness, I have never met a person made of mushroom before. Forgive me, I didn't realize that was not clothing. Or
Oh.
perhaps it is mushroom clothing.
It's a little bit of everything.
Indeed. It is a few days' journey from here. Need to go back and either get revenge on that salamander or tell the rest of Strub not to eat the spicy brown spotted mushroom. Will you join me?
I lean over to you two and pull you two closer.
Yes.
What do you two think? Should we trust this one to follow them deeper?
No, it's not safe. We can't go deeper.
Maybe we could find more information.
Wildlands aren't safe. I sort of almost an ashamed expression as I rub the stump.
The wildlands weren't that bad to me, but I trust your judgment.
I say with you and the big one over there, we should be okay.
I see
We
him
could go a
incredibly
little
apprehensive.
Big one.
Jeff will kind of look around and then look down himself and say, "Oh, yes, yes."
How safe is it to your place of living?
Oh, very safe. We have many strong warriors and wise sages there.
What about the path to it?
Out of character, correct me if I'm wrong for this information, but Jeff would say, well, so long as you stayed to the northern path and away from any markings of large predators, it should be safe.
I mean, yeah, it's staying. It is still a hard thing to make there and back. It is also multiple days travel. For resources, you all would probably be lacking the trip right now. You'd probably want to actually stock up for a longer expedition.
Oh, okay. May I reprise that then, since I didn't know I didn't have enough food personally.
It's either that or rely that you can actually do the survivals to get there.
I look to Seven and Silaria and say, we're here for a quick magic item, not sightseeing. I don't think we can spend more time going to some town.
True, but we could still go a little deeper in. Just for today, we already have our stuff packed for a quick trip.
Yes, let's continue.
We could see how useful they could be, just for now.
The mushroom speaks wisdom.
Would you guys be saying this out loud or just to yourselves?
I'm speaking just to Seven and Xylaria.
Yeah, I pull
Okay.
him back in. The mushroom speaks wisdom. We can test this one, see if they are worth keeping around or abandoning like their lizard did. Maybe there's a reason even an animal left them behind.
That is true.
As while you're talking, it's a side, like just a nature effect you notice. There's flying fish that jump off a waterfall and seem to start to glide down in like en masse.
Oh. Okay.
How are those good eaten? Are they like delicacy or are they like not great?
They are a good eaten, but most of them seem to have flied down, and unless you have like some sort of way to catch them in the air, they're more or less
Oh, I thought you meant
keeping
they're like.
airtime for a while. Something like they just seem to have en masse like decide to jump off the waterfall.
Interesting.
I've occasionally removed the random birds too.
Gotcha. Jeff will look longingly at the flying fish and kind of say out loud, "Oh, I forgot my net. Those flying fish are delicious."
Meat would be good to gather. We have many fruits and vegetables, but not much meat back at the guild.
If anyone has rope, I could set up a snare, not for fish, but
Well,
for
there was
something
that big
else.
thing that somewhere around here that we could take.
Ah, yes, you are all in luck. There is plentiful game here. Most of it's stupid.
Let's continue exploring for the day, I say. Then turn back when we need to, and see how the day goes. Maybe we'll stumble across something. If not, as we leave, we should bag something to bring back. I am tired of vegetables and fruit.
What,
Just
you don't
nod
care
in
for me
agreement.
mushrooms?
Yes, very smart. I usually find making plans to be foolish, for they will fall apart on you. Well, town is this way. Follow me.
It should be noted that Aliana has not eaten much since she has arrived in the guild. She's eaten occasionally, but has still been apprehensive to eat more.
Let's go.
Aliana will follow behind, once again in front, but only in front of Seven and Xylaria, with Jeff in front of her.
As you make your way, what you see on the map is what you see on the map, essentially.
Okay. Then as we make our way down... Say what
What do
we
we
see
see?
on the map is what we see. I was wondering about that skeleton in the bushes.
Yeah.
As you take a quicker look at this skeleton, you definitely see something like a skeleton more wearing what seems to be like olden, like torn and destroyed kind of robes. One that resembles the ones that you would know. Seven, definitely something wizardly.
Oh.
These bones seem to be there for a while. You probably wouldn't be able to carbon date them without a check, as it seems to be wearing a torn backpack, book in one hand, and the other hand seems to almost be ripped off or missing.
Runs
I'd like
over-
Aliana to move forward and just, not looting yet, but just kind of checking over for anything important.
Runs over, caring little for his own or anyone else's safety.
You wish, is there any checks you wish to do on that, or anything you wish to grab?
Oh.
Medicine. No.
If you're
Miss,
checking him
are
out,
you
you can go
okay,
ahead
sir?
you can check him out first if you want, and I'm gonna just start looting
yeah.
pretty much everything not nailed down, as they say.
Is that perception or investigation? Really?
Up to you, whatever you decide.
Alright, I'll do perception then. That's plus
I mean,
6.
Perception would be like looking, investigation would be searching on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm not like looting anything much. I'm just kind of examining it. 13. Again, like I said, I'm gonna get awful roll despite the high modifiers.
As you roll a 13, you just do a quick look over. The book itself seems to be torn and burnt or damaged heavily. Not all of it is gone, but a good majority of it seems to be missing information. Right on the cover, it's something easy such as experiment log. Backpack is mostly ripped. There should be something with inside it, you assume, and that's pretty much it.
Alright. I'll stand back up fully and let Seven actually loot it. Since he seems eager to.
Alright, then I take the book, carefully picking it up and giving it a quick look over, then closing it and putting it in my backpack.
Very sure. I just need to remove the skeleton. As you take a quick look at this book, do you just like flip through it a bit, or do you just take a half-hearted look?
A quick half-hearted look, knowing that he's gonna go through it in great detail later.
Yeah, most of it's destroyed. Something about it just seems to be like some sort of like magical item experiment or something or another.
Beneath his goggles, his eyes light up. Putting that in his bag, looks, grabs the backpack, opening it up and looking around what's inside.
You grab the backpack, lift it, but oh hey, there's mushrooms growing inside of him or underneath him.
Mushroom.
I have a name.
It begins with letters.
I sigh as I come over. What do you need?
I found mushrooms.
I would like to look at the shrooms.
Definitely what you see. They're brown. They don't seem to be anything. I guess nature check if you really want to know what they do. You know mushrooms though. I'm not gonna force you to do it. Never mind. More like a food source mushroom. Likes dark places. Probably started growing because it was under the backpack. Damp, wet. The backpack itself is also damp and wet. Just kind of being off the area around. Not the brown spotted mushroom, but just brown and plated or whatever.
Alright. I'd also like to look at the skeleton that I'm down here. I want to kind of date how long it's been sitting in this spot based off of mushroom growth and also how there's nothing left on these bones.
Nature check.
Alright. Oh, I already have her stuff pulled up to her side. Nature.
As you look at the skeleton and the mushroom and kind of like all of it together, you can kind of tell that by the mushrooms themselves, these are slow growing mushrooms. Your guess would be they would have been growing for 40 to 50 years roughly. But by the skeleton themselves, the skeleton seems kind of strange because most of it is normal. The thing that catches your eye is the missing arm. It looks like it got decayed completely off or acidized, but like it doesn't necessarily look like acid.
This one is also missing its arm.
I just stare at her for a second before looking away.
Do you think the same thing that attacked you could have been the same thing that attacked this body?
I sigh softly and walk back and just check to see if I can see anything that would tip me off.
Right away, since the nature check of 16 was rolled, I'm gonna say easy enough. You can tell that this was not cut off. It was more. It looks like it's dissolved, but there's not the same signs as acid dissolving.
I softly
The
shake my
bone
head.
at the end of it is kind of blackened, and definitely more brittle.
I softly shake my head and just take my left arm and sort of run it along the end of the bone. No, this wasn't cut off. It was decayed, dissolved, lost through other means. I stand back up and look away, seemingly not wanting to look at it for too long.
Mm.
Well, it's been here for over 50 years. I'm surprised no one has. I just watched a bird zip all the way across the screen.
Neum.
It's been here for roughly more than 50 years, so. Surprised no one's seen it before. It's so close to the path.
Unless it was recently dragged here by the river.
It could have, but these mushrooms, they're slow grow. This bag has been here at least 50 years.
Interesting.
Rustling in the bushes. To
Very true.
your east.
I would like to pull my pouch out, and I'd like to pick these mushrooms and put them in my bag.
As I assume everyone kind of looks over there, it's not going to be stealth. You'll see it right away. But kind of bursting from... I need to swap layers. Bursting from the side, a almost chattering teeth and a guttural growl.
Oh, that is horrifying.
This thing seems to already be charging you. It's going to get some ways closer to you.
What makes
Not
it
all
sound?
the way.
All the way to the east
But-
of the map.
This is going to be a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As this
Oh,
one
no.
is going to essentially be sprinting towards you, it seems to be having... Oh, golly. It has 4 legs and, like, 3 arms, roughly. A definite kind of, like, mutant abomination. As it just kind of crawls its way towards you. It seems to have its teeth gnashing and gnashing and gnashing.
Big
Oh,
one. What is that?
Fast call. Are we in combat or can I move?
I'm gonna say combat's gonna be starting.
Okay. I'll roll initiative then.
Would Jeff know what this is? I'm gonna name it a Nasher if it doesn't have a name.
Use a good name.
Roll your check. You can. I'm gonna say this definitely can be dialogue. I'm gonna actually put this one back because 5 feet to get onto the screen.
Sorry, which check?
Whatever you feel is appropriate. Nature, religion, arcana, based off of what you see or what you've heard as a description of this mutant abomination. 3 eyes, teeth, large mouth that seems to gnash.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
-2 on all of those, so I guess, yeah, fine. Nature.
Wow. I guess it's the opposite. You have really bad checks, but you roll really well. I have amazing checks and I roll awful.
Yes.
Gosh dang
I get
it.
the skeleton head initiative. Backpack.
Yeah, I need to remove those. And I accidentally added y'all twice. Oopsies.
I am multiple.
We are.
There we
many.
go, now it's all fixed up. Nature check. This thing is some sort of abomination created by the magic. Most likely some sort of wizard-y experiment that had happened. It is definitely not necessarily natural. You don't think it had a base creature. You think it is more or less mainly all magic.
Gotcha. Jeff will turn to the rest of the party and say, "Be careful. Magic Nasher. It is not. It is not of this. Well, it is of this jungle, but not of this jungle. Either way,
Whatever it is, get behind me. I wield my quarterstaff again. Now more offensively, but still mostly defensively to try and protect the group.
7.
And-
Yes.
It is your turn.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to check what's my. There it is. Okay. I forgot what my movement speed was. I forgot my movement speed is only 25.
Small.
So I'm gonna go. Scusi. Over to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right over there. Right to here. Moving back away. And is this... This should be within my range. As someone eloquently put it in chat, what we need to do is, burn it. I agree.
Burn it with fire.
I'm
Fireball.
gonna cast Firebolt.
Absolutely. Roll to hit. I kind of need to actually use the washroom quickly. So, as the intrepid heroes get into combat, the first spell
the
is
nat
being
20.
cast. Time freezes for a moment because DM needs to go use washroom. That is a critical, damn.
Nice.
Rolling damage, I'm gonna BRB. Powerful magic builds up. More powerful than you expected. Feel free to describe how it looks.
Yeah. Also, side note, the speeds here are going to be very funny because we have two people at 30 feet, one person at 25, then I'm going to be at 40 once I get to level 2.
Yeah, I'm slow. It's fine. I'm gonna make things to make me faster than everybody else.
Well, I'm a monk, so good luck.
I might keep up with you.
I'm also going to go to the washroom, so I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay, bye-bye. You know, the forest is abundant in these things. We could eventually figure out how to control or tame them. I don't think there's taming whatever the hell that is. Where its brain is supposed to be, there's a mouth. I think the only thing this knows is hungry.
Hungy.
How dare you leave the shroom in front?
You think I'm staying in front?
I'm just lucky that
Remember-
one of the melee classes moved before me and it.
You remember what this guild is based off of?
Oh, I know. Just how dare you leave the healer in the front?
Yeah. BS damage support.
Yes, use one of my 2 spells, that way none of you guys get healing.
That's why I'm using a cantrip at the moment.
I have 1 cantrip that does damage, and it's poison spores, and it's 10 feet range.
Ah. See, I could have used an actual first level spell, but I didn't want to waste that yet. Because who knows? what we-
Aliana just vibing.
Every turn, sorry.
Welcome. We had another dip to use the washroom for a moment as well, right when you left.
You know.
Sorry, what was that?
We had someone else run to use the washroom right when you walked away as well.
I'm back.
Oh, there.
Cool, I have to do that.
Yes.
Freaking starting combat with a crit. Do I just kill off my unit?
That's what
right
happened
away?
with Duvam, too.
Sees this thing, goes, I don't like it. Fire.
Ah,
1 plus 1
And-
is
You dealt 2 damage with a crit.
how? Why?
So it's extremely accurate but very low power.
I am upset. I feel robbed.
Yikes.
as power builds up, you feel that you have it deadlock set on. Fire bursts from what do you spellcasting focus?
My casting focus is my tools, so I just point one of my instruments at it, like actually technically it's thieves' tools is what you start with, because you can use thieves' tools as alchemist tools. I just point
I
a
imagine you
lockpick
can
at it.
just end up scraping together your tool, almost like a flint and steel. It creates sparks, and then massive fire like gets formed as you end up shooting it forward, swirling it around the tip of the lockpick, shooting it forward. As it goes forward strong, the more it travels, it starts to fizzle out. It starts to fizzle out, but it's still up. It starts to fizzle out, and then by the time it reaches the end, it is a lot smaller than you started. You miscalculated that slightly. You thought it was closer than it was, and it hits directly onto it, but it doesn't deal as much damage as you would have liked.
Well, don't worry. You were worried about me taking out your unit in the first round. It's not, definitely not.
Yep. That being said, was there anything else you were doing with your bonus action?
I don't have any bonus actions.
Perfect.
So that is it for me.
Alright,
I'll-
that'd be my turn.
Alina.
Aliana.
Aliana. Okay.
How is this so difficult for you?
I
Okay.
don't know.
So I announced to the group to stay back, and then I'm going to rush forward 30 feet towards it, brandishing my quarterstaff, and I would like to ready an action to attack it when it gets closer, when it gets within range of me.
Okay.
And I do not have any bonus actions that aren't just martial arts, so I will end my turn there with a ready action.
Which it is Jeff's turn.
All right. Jeff will, while running forward, unsheath one of his javelins, which is basically just a long stick with an arrow, kind of an arrowhead strapped to one end. And at the end of his 30-foot run, we'll just chuck it at this Gnasher here.
Roll to hit.
You're not rolling well for damage, but
No.
Not bad for a javelin.
As your javelin soars past Aliana. Did I do it right?
yeah.
Okay, Aliana. Whew, come on me. It ends up sticking into this thing, like right down the side of like the mouth, like just like its mouth is big enough where pretty much you're always hitting it in the mouth. Either the side or the other thing. It doesn't seem to like have a proper digestive system either. But as it hits, it still seems to be alive. I'm just trying, and technically not bloodied yet.
Jeff will turn to Aliana and say, "Be careful, Tiny One. They bite very." And
Yes, they do bite very hard. Actually, I didn't realize how hard they bite. And
just-
Zylaria.
Respond, I won't fail again, and tighten my grip, my one-handed grip on my quarterstaff.
you have not failed yet.
I have one question.
Yes.
Can I hold my turn fully and then take last initiative?
Technically in base, no. I usually allow it in some ways. Usually you're supposed to only be able to hold a single turn.
Single action.
Single action. If you
movement.
want to... I'll go with the more base rules. If you want to permanently lower your initiative, I'll say yes. So if you want to just make your initiative A2, you can.
Sure, I will just take last initiative for this entire combat situation.
Cool.
Right. You can probably edit your number too, to 2.
Oh, yeah, I was just doing that.
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
As this thing gets to go, it seems to be just running for the first person it sees. Goes up to...
You got this?
Elina?
Aliana.
Aliana, why is it so hard?
I don't know!
Oh, this is the worst.
Okay, I'm
Aliana.
gonna take my reaction attack first, before it gets to hit. So I'm gonna take my attack first.
Either
Which-
way, it's jumping forward at you, mouths agape. You're able to duck and weave as you swing.
Nat 1. Knew it. Yeah,
Roll
I
a
rolled with
D100
this character
for
gonna
me.
be awful.
Roll a
Uh,
D100 for me.
Okay.
Oh no, a
I
critical
lose,
fail,
I
table.
lose the other arm. 66.
As you swing your arm, you try and like just
Quarterstaff.
out of reflex use both. They like try and like. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is what happens. As it jumps at you, you like duck and weave. As you swing your arm to hit it, you are trying to use it as a two-handed quarterstaff, just like innately your combat senses are kicked in, and you aren't used to having one arm. So I assume you just swing it as like you technically hit it, but like you have no force behind it because you aren't using two hands.
I was
Does that
more
sound
imagining
fair?
that like I swing where it was, but I have to then evade when it jumps at me. So like
Yeah, sure.
I hit where it was, but not where it now is, because we kind of attack at the same time and neither hit.
As it doesn't have multi-attack, so Xylaria.
Right. I would like to move my. That's 20 feet there. Okay. So I'm going to move my 20 feet, staying right between these two hunks that are going to be keeping me alive.
How much HP does Xylaria have?
10.
Oh, same as me.
More than
And
me.
I'm. No one asked the artificer. Is I'm going to cast poison spray.
Ooh, that's a con save, right?
Yes, it is.
With max damage, finally.
Hey.
All right, let's see if it actually passes or not. Does 14
Damn it.
pass? Oh my
Is a
goodness!
perfect pass. Wow.
What's your spellcasting focus?
My spellcasting focus is the tip of my staff, where there's a single glowing mushroom carved from the mushroom tree.
As I assume you shake the staff, like poisonous spores travel around Aliana.
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 And she ducks down lower. I mean, she's really short anyway, so it's not that hard to get around her, but she ducks down lower to let Xylaria do something.
As it covers this creature in a green, just toxic mist, you can hear kind of some like choking noises. But as the mist clears, you see like the teeth completely, like the mouth completely shut, as it seemed to have resisted it. As once it clears, its mouth opens ajar just slightly.
Right? That didn't work. Going
Seven.
to.
Oh, never
Can
mind. No
I?
bonus action?
Yes, I want to use my bonus action to tap my staff and cast Shillelagh.
Perfect. 7.
It would be fun if you could cast Shillelagh on my staff too, but you can't, sadly.
Yeah.
I know. I wish I could.
Hey, you over there.
Wisdom is actually worse, but it would
Let's
be a higher die.
Let's try this again. You finished Xylaria?
Yes.
Okay. Firebolt. Does an 11 hit?
As it lands right in front of its feet, it's skittering back and forth at this point, just kind of like trying to dodge to the attacks. Getting ready to like attack again. Aliana?
Aliana,
I hate
yeah.
this frog.
I imagine it's hard to try to shoot a fireball through like 3.5 people too.
Oh, I missed
Yeah,
the
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Blob, Aliana is a monk. Level 1 currently. So she cannot learn Mage Hand, but she might get Astral Monk. Who knows? Why is everyone silent?
It's your turn, Aliana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See what you're doing.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Aliana, now that the beast is closer to her, she will try to almost hold out she'll try to hold out her other arm to kind of prevent people from moving closer, which does nothing as she does not have her right arm. So she'll just attempt to whack the Gnasher with her quarterstaff first. 1d20 plus 7, nat 20, good.
Damn.
Which is 2d6 plus 5, 12 damage.
How do you
Does
want
that
to
kill?
kill it?
All right. So as she's holding out or trying to hold out her other arm, she sort of briefly recalls what happened and a sense of determination washes over her as she feels empowered to kill this thing so that nothing else bad can happen. As she brings up her quarterstaff high and whacks it down directly on one of its eyes, making it explode, and then continuing the force down to the rest of its body.
As you do that, the one eye explodes. You notice that another eye pops up and lands on the ground. But this eye is not a regular eye. It seems to be some sort of crystal. As that crystal gets detached from this body, it starts to kind of fizzle and bubble and spew kind of like this black smoke that reeks of just decay and like acid, more like an acidic decay.
I start to take a sort of deep breath after the battle, but I'm immediately interrupted by the disgusting scent. So I'll sort of back off a bit and get closer to the eye and just look at it curiously. Seven, there's something here for you.
I see. I will look at it. Tone of voice kind of sad and upset.
You didn't get to burn it.
I will stoop down.
Roll your Arcana.
Okie dokie. Stoop down and see what is this thingy.
Also, Seven has +2 int.
Yeah.
Surprised. Oh, well.
Just by that brief flip through that book you have, this is what you assume to be the one artifact the skeleton had.
I will reach down and pick it up and start looking it over them.
As you look at it, you can tell that you probably as you look at it, you don't know the name of this object yet because you know there's no way to determine that yet. But whatever this is, it seems definitely more of one of those twisted experiments for sure. There is pretty much a lot of more necrotic energies, as well as, what would that be called? Not. I'd say abjuration.
All right. That's my sheet.
Oh, not a passive 20. This is something that you can attune to. I will say that this is something that once you attune to it, you'll know for certain. I mean, okay, 20. Nah, you rolled a 20. I'm gonna give you more than that. Essentially, this seems to be something for guilds in general. A optional thing, which is roughly a cursed gem of growth.
Cursed gem of growth. Okay.
If somebody within the guild attunes to this item, people within the guild will grow stronger faster, based off of what they hit slaughter. However, if that person who has it dies, they will probably become the final boss, and if they ever get resurrected, pretty much they will get more debuffs based off of, like, several factors if they get resurrected after they die and they're attuned to this item.
So it's a high risk, high reward item.
Yeah, it is one of those items where if you have it and you die, you're probably going to be losing 2 levels if you get resurrected at all.
Ooh, that's rough.
But it helps with growth, and it helps your entire guild get stronger, essentially. It doesn't have to be the guild leader, it can be anyone who attunes with it, and like I said, if the person dies with it, you're probably going to become a unit to be put down and killed.
Interesting. I will just put it away in my bag to study a bit more before I make any decisions with it then.
Aliana considers asking for a moment, but just lets it be. It's not her place to ask.
Looking at you is looking at me. It's cursed.
Jeff will assume that you were talking about the what is now the giant smoking puddle of monster, and say, "Yes, forgive me. I tried to explain. It is as you see, not natural. Usually takes very many days for things to decay that much.
This did it. The gemstone puts it in my backpack, which my backpack did not have real backpack. It's a barrel taped or strapped to my back with rope.
Aliana
Oh,
has
I love
no
it.
backpack.
I have a side satchel.
Does Jeff have a backpack?
Jeff has like basically a tarp that he has like rolled up and kind of strapped around to the front of his chest, but like all of his stuff is just in kind of a loose bag on his back.
Nice. So none of us have normal backpacks.
Correct.
Why would we?
Hey, we're the Outcasts.
Is that deer still behind us, by the way, on the map there, or has it moved on from the battle?
From where you see the deers. I believe they're all on the left side of the map. I used the birds as a you know when I said when you were like, oh, I saw a bird zoom by. That was your pre-shadowing foreshadowing.
That it was, and I did not put that together at first.
Yeah.
Anyway, since I got interrupted, I'm going to head back to the body and pick the mushrooms and put them in my satchel.
For sure, for sure. As you carefully kind of just take the mushrooms, unbury them safe, add mushrooms to inventory, I suppose.
Booms.
I'm also going to say I will probably do a system because I really, instead of evolving weapons, because evolving weapons was something that happened last season, I might just do like different gems of power or like artifacts of power like that to boost the guilds, but only have like one bonus at a time. We'll see. We'll see if there's any more magic items like that.
Interesting. I like it.
You're my guinea pig test subject to see if that like is a draw of ooh more power.
Hooray.
Oh, one of his things is he'll do anything for power at the moment.
Jeff
Aliana
will-
also definitely wants power, so she can protect people and yeah.
Oh, look at you wanting to protect people.
Yeah, well, she failed last time she tried to protect someone, so now she's determined.
we will see what Jeff wants, because Jeff is not a fully thought out character.
Jeff is a Jeff.
I like Jeff.
Jeff looks around the party and says, "You fight well for Outlanders. Usually people run and scream into the forest, usually to their death when they see something like I call it a Nasher.
Screaming serves no purpose.
When you've gone through the areas of humans and orcs trying to burn you alive, you tend to not run from the little things.
Don't mind that.
I see. Yes. There are many here who have come seeking refuge.
I've come here in search of a place to set a new home.
I meant to ask, you all are very different from the usual people we have come to visit the forest, seeking treasures or none. Where do you come from?
A hole in the ground.
Far away.
A hole in the ground far away.
No,
Yes.
different. I'm
You
not
come from a different
around
hole in the
here.
ground far away?
No, a city.
I see. Yes, I've heard of these cities. They float in the sky, yes?
I don't respond. I look at him for a moment and then just kind of look back down.
I am from a hole in the ground, covered in spiders and mushrooms. It's a lovely place.
What a pleasant sounding home.
Yes.
Jeff would look over his shoulder to I'm sorry, how do you say the Exalaria?
Xylaria, you can just call me
Xy-
Xy.
Thylaria is so easy. What are you talking about?
To
Yeah,
Xylarian.
Oleana is the difficult one apparently.
And his vision will kind of shift to the far focus and see that big old dumb deer. And said, well, if the Nasher didn't scare you off and everyone is thoroughly warmed up, we can get some meat you were looking for. And
One
kind
with
of,
rope, I can still set up a snare.
We
We
could
just need
just
to
shoot
guide
it.
it.
yes,
It would run off. I
A
doubt we
snare
can
is-
kill it in time.
a snare is clever if you have time to wait for it, but I'd rather not wait here for more of the Nashers to show up. If we all strike at once, we may be able to take it down in one shot. And he'll get another. Oh, did he recover his javelin from that thing, by the way, or did it like dissolve with it?
No acid dissolving your weapons. You can get back.
Okay. I'll.
I don't exactly have any range.
I could
So I
try
just hold up
to.
my staff.
Oh, here, you take this. You may use it even with your one puny arm. And I'll hand over a javelin.
I do not take it. No, strength isn't really my strongest suit, if you'll excuse the pun.
Well, you
I'm
insist.
quick, but not strong.
do I have anything else I could give you? Let's see. Yes, perhaps something smaller. I see. Yes, and he'll pull out a kind of a crude but well-made dagger made of bone and wrapped with a leather handle to Aliana. Would
He'll
this
take the-
be better suited?
He thinks for a moment and then nods and takes the dagger and puts away her quarterstaff for now. It'll do.
I could.
If you
you
little
want-
magic rat.
What?
Do you need something to throw?
As I just pull my crossbow out. No.
Oh, yes. The wood that throws for you. And
I
Jeff
love
will
him.
begin.
Can't see beneath the goggles, but that rapid blinking of this man just said that.
It's accurate.
If you want, I could try to distract it. I am a druid after all.
Yes, that
If
would
you
be
need
most
time to get closer to wield your mighty weapon,
Yes, any way to distract it would be good, so long as it does not run away. Cannot eat things far away, unfortunately. And Jeff will start sneaking it through the brush towards the deer.
Roll a stealth check.
I need to be within 20 feet of it for this, so yeah, I will also be stealth. How far do I need to get to be within 20 feet? Alright, she is gonna start going through this kind of way.
Okay. Oh, no, go back. You're there too. Y'all moved at the same time.
Well, that's the plan she's going is around.
By the way, it is the would the current be strong? It's right before a waterfall. Actually, so this river itself is an obstacle. It would be like deepest it would go would be 5 feet, and then throughout it would have different like depths. I am going to.
She could probably
Yeah.
just jump across.
Okay, absolutely. And what about you, Xylaria?
would be
Are you
testing
jumping
the
across, or are you,
waters to see if it is a strong current or not, standing here on the bank piece that is right before the water piece.
You see a lot of fish. If you want to see what the fish look like, it's you see a lot of fish.
Would Jeff know if this is a piranha situation?
I see.
That's. I mean, that would be. You know, it's gonna be explained through Ileana if this fish hits.
If this fish hits.
Ileana, as you are jumping over, Xyliana is looking down and seeing a bunch of those fish. Jeff kind of thinks back and remembers a bit about these things. These fish are pretty much leaper fishes. The skulls are incredibly sharp or hard, and usually they don't go risking too much. However, if something tries to cross either by like jumping over, its main target would be like those deer things, which generally just can walk and jump over there, and pretty much their whole goal is to stun the target. So, Aliana, make a con save.
Alright. +2, assuming it's not poison. 14.
As this thing jumps up, it hits you right in the side of the head. You will take only a minor 3 damage as you hear a bzz. You almost get knocked off course. I'm gonna say with that 14 con save, well,
Like, she's pretty
no, I'm not gonna
acrobatic.
force a dex save as well. That con save will be enough. You're able to jump across. It hits you in the side of the head. You hear the. It seems to flop back into the water. Oh, sorry. You're able to jump across there. Your side of the head is hurt. You feel like a bit dazed from like whatever just happened. Almost like it was trying to knock you into the water and like daze you.
I don't like these fish.
Yeah, I jump across. I keep mostly quiet. Like, I do make a small grunt of pain as it hits me, but I land safely and just softly rub my head with my left arm. Despite the fact that it hit me in the right side, I still kind of have to put my hand around.
Yeah.
And then I'm going
It's
to
kind of
just
like just like a baseball, or not like a base. Yeah, kind of like a baseball, just like jumping out of the water and like hitting you.
But I will stay focused and try and stealth through to get closer.
For sure, for sure. Your stealth was the 14. No, that was.
I did not roll stealth.
Oh, okay. You want to do stealth?
I would like to do stealth. That is going to be +5. I'm going to roll a nat 1.
As Iliana and Jeff, you can tell that pretty much they are pretty much waiting for somebody to try and cross.
I see. Standing just like right here on the bank. What's your course of action? I'm not the most dexterous, so if I try to jump and get knocked in, I'm down the river.
Oh, are you asking Jeff?
Yes, you are person of wood.
Would Jeff know if it's like safe to just like wade through there versus jump?
Waiting, well, you'll have the same problem.
Oh, okay.
If there's disturbances, even if like there's like
How did Jeff
attack
get
probably
across?
done right next to the waters.
I'm still on the.
Chance.
Oh,
like
you mean
he
like
came from here, right?
I came here on a
This
vision
guy.
quest. Like,
Yeah, so how did he dodge on the vision quest?
I followed the salamander. He showed me the safe way.
Actually, y'all got the foreshadowing of the fish flying away. They were trying to escape these fish.
Oh, okay. Jeff will. The fish probably can't see too well above the water, so he'll see Zariana kind of ask, even if he can't hear the whisper. So he'll move to the gravel and kind of picks him up and kind of like throw it to tell her to like get some river rock and throw it across the to bait it to jump up. Jesus Christ.
No.
It's like a swarm of fish, essentially.
And-
I just figured you're looking down at
and
the
he'll-
reveal them all.
And then Jeff will also like pantomime like running and jumping after that.
How big is a rock?
Like a skipping stone size, I suppose.
Hmm.
I imagined all of this, the rock in the river would be like, well, river rock.
I have idea.
As Jeff is holding up a skipping stone.
Hmm.
Yes, Magic Rat. What is your idea?
Hand me that rock.
Okay. I hand over the rock.
I'm going to take it, and I'm going to use my magical tinkering, where I can just use this ability quickly. You touch a tiny non-magical object as an action, and I'm gonna make it shed bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim for another 5 feet.
You know, we're trying to stealth hit the deer.
It's not for the deer; it's to try and lure the fish. It's something bright
Yeah,
and
and
shiny.
it's gonna
It's only for
attract
5
the deer
feet.
too. Like the deer is also going to notice this light.
And if it comes over here, then it's easier.
I might get startled.
Well, I was thinking that, but if the thing coming out of the woods and the sounds of battle didn't scare it away, I don't think a shiny rock going into plooping into the water is gonna spook it.
It has a heart attack or away.
Any objections?
Where exactly are you putting the rock?
I'm gonna double check with the party. Is everyone okay with this idea? More or
I already
less.
gave her the
Fine.
rock, so I can't exactly stop you.
Yeah, I can't stop. Can't stop you.
Then I'm going to go over to here, hoping that, let's see, because if it's 5 feet of bright, then 5 feet of dim, hopefully draw them all. So I'm going to kind of drop it right next to this one.
Cool. This fish was just sunk down and then it would have spread out again. And yeah.
And kind of just
As
lightly lob
You-
it into, hoping that the water catches it and makes it shimmer more and draws the fish that way.
as you toss it in, this fish flies out of the water trying to hit it. Let me just see if it does. Might as well just roll that.
Hits the rock
It flies
back to
past,
me.
but it loops in. The other fish seem to surround this glowing rock, staring at it. If you times to act now, it would be now, unless you want to wait a second or two.
Okay, I did my job.
Right, I
Oh,
would take that time of the distracted fish to get across.
Same. Oh, sorry.
Right next to the
there.
glowing rock.
You're
Well,
gonna-
no, like upstream of the glowing rock, or about where
I threw it in right
Zalari
here.
is. Oh, you did?
I
Okay.
threw it
well,
in
I thought you
right
threw it in
there.
like right here.
Hmm?
You know, I threw it in right here.
Yeah. So where are you
Don't
crossing?
you split hairs. You know where we're jumping.
Ah,
Okay.
yes. So you put it close to the one that wants to jump. So where would the fish be? Like, is this an accurate representation of where they are as they're distracted?
The one just tried to get there. The other one, they would probably be. Oops. They would start to kind of group around that rock area. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Jeff, are you crossing where the fish are, or where did you cross, Jeff?
Where they aren't. I'm crossing where they aren't.
Perfect. As that seems to work, while you cross, another one seems to headbutt the rock, and then they kind of realize, okay, wait, no, there's nothing there. The one that headbutts the rock, you kind of see just float down, like, the river a bit, before it does, like, regain its composure and comes back.
Wonderful.
That's a mechanical, right?
That's a mechanic. Ah, I see. When they headbutt something, they go inert for a moment.
Ah, okay. That's where you. Okay. I meant for the river to flow north to south, but
No, there's a waterfall up there.
yeah, that's falling down to where we are.
I think it's actually going down.
I
Yeah.
see that as going down, but
Yeah, it
now
looks like it's
I'm-
going down.
Nah, it's all going down.
Yeah, because it's
You
darker
can
down
tell
there.
by like those lines. Those lines curve like downwards with the curve.
I think they can curve both ways. I'm mostly saying because it's darker.
I suck at map mapping. I'm sorry. I didn't
Oh,
have to
fine.
right.
There's water.
It's still a
It's fine.
wonderful map. Better than
My
I can
bad. We could change that. Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just this is like This was literally draft 1 of the map I made at 1 o'clock in the morning while sleep deprived.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I kind of
That's
just
fine.
feel, yeah. It's good. It's a good nap.
Thank you. All right. Anyways, back to we're gonna eat this deer or not?
Yes. Well, we're gonna take it and drag it home.
This
So-
deer seems to start to like meander upwards while y'all are crossing. I'm trying to move it, but I'm failing.
Hold on.
Just as there's like a lot of people and it's gathering and it's like a bit more of a not necessarily fully intimidated, but like actually no, I guess. Hold on, let me just think of this creature.
You gotta channel the.
It has definitely
your
noticed your
cheat
presence
spirit.
because it is looking at you. It is uncertain. It seems to kind of start to get like a bit first stand up defensive kind of thing.
I'd like to slowly approach it and using my dryad nature of being able to speak to animals. I'd like to approach it. Hello there.
For sure.
And
Roll an animal handling. I'm gonna say with disadvantage because no, you don't have that trait. Sorry, with
Yes, I don't
advantage.
have that trait.
and
With advantage.
Well, no, good point. Roll an animal handling check, and based off of what you say, it's gonna make it easier or harder.
as they do that, can I just ready my crossbow? I just want to hold an action until whenever someone attacks. Like if it attacks or if we attack it, I'll fire in unison
I'd
with
like to
someone.
continue kind of sneaking around the back here and up to sort of this area if I can get around, so that I can be in range of the crossbow. 'Cause I need, or not crossbow, but dagger.
Okay, cool. 14. As you approach and start to approach, it starts to get a bit more curious and starts sniffing the air towards you. What do you say to it?
Hello there. What are you doing here? There's so many predators around.
Predators?
That
Do you say?
thing that came out and tried to attack us. Are there more around here like that?
It will lower its head just to be like kind of like eyeline of view and like kind of like seeing you spoke to it for the first time. Creature? Creature. Creature. Thing you hunt. Small. Never attack. Only things that go near. Near body. Near skeleton. Not
I
food.
see.
Don't touch. As it will take another step forward, as it's... You see its head almost like snaking back and forth as it like... What? You?
I'm a mushroom. I'm a
Did you
living
say you're a
creature.
mushroom?
Like you. I'm a mushroom. I'm a living creature, but like you.
Kind of wary of Jeff, kind of still wary of Eilina. It seems to like move its face extremely close to you and start to open up its mouth.
I open my hand and I druid craft an edible mushroom in my hand and feed it to it.
I don't
Sure,
blame
like,
the thing. Jeff is like licking his lips and just being like, yeah. that's
As it's
that
about
deal."
to like do something towards you, you aren't sure. You like druid craft a mushroom, its head like jerks backwards suddenly, and then like sees that it's a mushroom, and will like take the mushroom and like start eating the mushroom you gave. How does your mushrooms taste? Because okay, do you pull out like one of those like the the mushrooms you picked? What sort of mushroom do you allow?
No, I druidcraft a mushroom, so using my actual innate abilities of druidcraft, I create just a normal edible mushroom,
Okay,
just
okay.
one of those like portobellos, to be more precise.
Oh yeah. It eats it. It seems pretty happy. Jeff moves it, kind of moves, and
Oh,
what's
it's
I
okay.
say?
They have friend. They protect me.
Definitely sniffing the air, sniffing the air, sniffing the air. Its head starts to once again extend forward, blowing down towards like you. Uh,
So you're saying its
as
neck is nice and exposed right now.
its neck is nice and exposed. It's like right next to your face.
I also
Good for
give
me.
Aliana the look.
I rob my my glaive and take a swing at the exposed neck.
And I'll use that to also attack.
Uh,
Also, heads up, I'm
absolute-
currently eating, so responses might be delayed.
All right,
absolute surprise round.
everybody.
Honestly, instead of rolling initiative, I'm going to just say everyone roll your attacks first.
Alright.
I'm going to say that Xyliana is the only one who didn't get the attack of opportunity.
Which is fine by me because I need to set up my attacks anyway.
23.
I rolled another
Technically, your
one for
melee should
damage.
still be up.
Is
Alright,
that rolling to attack at advantage or flat?
I'm just gonna say flat for now.
I got 7 damage.
Oh, I got 4 damage.
So that is
If a 13 hit. at least.
17 total. Uh. Now everyone roll your initiative. It's technically still alive. We're gonna see if it gets the chance to try and run away. It rolls an 8. Don't even need to
Don't
input
fail me
it.
now. And it failed me now. I rolled an 8, but it's a better 8. It's 8.5.
Oh.
Alright, let's see. Xylaria, do you want to stab this thing in the back? As you all kind of, what is Aliana's attack?
Aliana throws a dagger.
Aliana, you throw the dagger. You manage to, like, hit it, like, near the back behind the leg. A crossbow bolt hits its side as you swing the axe. It tries to pulls away its neck. It sees you going for the swing. As you end up getting it, like, near the base of its shoulder, it lets out, like, a animal cry. What's a chipmunk plus deer?
The worst
It's
part
like a-
is
Like a
Zolaria can
squeal.
understand its scream.
Yes. Enjoy.
Which of the screen slightly he translates into pain, no friend, help, save, help. Xyliana.
I'm going to tap my foot against my staff, casting Shillelagh. I'm sorry.
Gonna get whacked.
25 to hit,
That hits.
5 damage.
Plunk. Side of the head. Gonna say that it like turns its head towards you, looking at it with like pleading eyes. You like swing it upwards, hits the bottom of the like the face / side of the face. It gets hit. Its neck kind of twists. It falls to the ground, almost like a feather, as its body lies sideways. This thing, animals I am nice to. I say animals are people too. They get death saves, unlike goblins.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness, deal with a chipmunk voice changer. That's what it sounds like. It is down on the ground. The other one is going to be dashing away. Is anyone actually going to be pursuing the other one, or are you just letting it run?
Aliana can do nothing about this.
How big are these things?
Medium-sized creatures, about like a good size to ride on theoretically.
It's not medium.
Sorry, large-sized creature.
It's just
Oh, that's-
within range.
That's like a couple hundred. That's like a couple 100 pounds of meat. Yeah, we're
we don't
good.
need it, but it's just within range if I wanted to.
Fireball is 120 feet.
As the other one gets to dash off and escape into the forest, a few of the birds gather away. As I assume you're just double tapping this deer.
Yeah.
And I only have a light crossbow, Aliana. So it's
I'm
only
gonna see if
shorter
it gets
range.
natural. No, it's it.
Yeah, but you could cast Firebolt.
Oh, I could, yeah.
Pre-cook the meat.
As you manage to get your haul.
Yeah, so Aliana walks closer, picks up the dagger, and just starts to cut into it to get the meat.
Oh, I'd say we just a strong one.
Yes, little one.
Do you wish to help? We can show you to the hole in the ground we come from. There's booze.
Jeff, hearing that, it legitimately looks touched and says, "I would be honored to see your hole in the ground far away."
Could you help drag that thing back for us?
Drag? Hardly. That would ruin the pelt. And Jeff
Just
will
carry
go
it.
over and like tie the arms and legs together, kind of Hawkeye style, and just throw the entire thing on top of him.
Oh, we love a creature that can carry 2 times its weight.
Yeah, you.
Aliana cannot carry
you
her
have
own
wrapped
weight.
the neck around you almost like a scarf because like it just kind of dangles.
Yeah, Aliana was removing basically parts that just can't be used, so that might include legs.
Also, before we go, I learned something from that creature before we disposed of it.
Yes.
The thing
did
that
it say
attacked
it's
us.
delicious? Oh, sorry.
No, I told it we were friends
Yes.
Oh,
before we killed it.
that was not
but-
true.
No, it was not. It's called a lie. But that creature that attacked us after we got close to that skeleton. That thing was protecting that skeleton for a long time.
Mm.
It said anytime anything got close to that skeleton, it attacked it. So whatever it was some sort of magical guard dog or some sort of
That would
creation
explain
by
why that
that
skeleton
creature.
was there for so long.
Yes, it does.
Yes, perhaps we should make sure that the skeleton rests at peace before we go. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna skip the whole like distracting the fish bit here.
Yeah.
And just like
yeah.
as we go by the skeleton, Jeff will just like kind of kick the bones into the water.
Yes, that's proper burial. Kick it in the water.
Be at peace,
And-
skeleton friend.
And then on the ground where those mushrooms were, I'm going to druidcraft a flower to appear in its wake.
Oh.
Just a normal dandelion.
Aww.
And then I can't remember. I picked up the bag and that thing came charging at us. Did I ever check the bag? Its backpack?
I never ever said anything. Most of it is kind of just like. Hold on, I want to get something nice. I want.
Oh, if there's nothing in there, there's nothing in there. I just wanted to double check.
No, not anything usable. The main magic item was the.
Wonderful.
The main magic item was the whole.
Yes, gemstone.
I thought those flowers were moving, and you found like an animated plant there. I was about to lose it.
No, not again. See,
As
long as we don't run into any assassin vines, we'll be okay.
within that, honestly, like y'all just avoided the fish so well. I was expecting like somebody to get hit and like fall in, and like even the mouther thing, like freaking high AC in the front. For a level 1 encounter, that technically was probably like balanced, but y'all just ended up just.
Yeah.
You solved my puzzles.
Aliana is strong, but not actually.
Fish,
you just failed the con save, fell into the water, and be slowly swept away and nibbled on by those fish.
but fish like shiny things. Throw shiny thing in water.
As you have recovered a new companion and friend, you head back towards the guild.
The deer is not a friend.
It's food. That's better than a friend.
It's a
It
bit
brought us-
harder
it
to,
brought
like,
us
you know,
in luck.
get within these halls with this big deer. You probably caught it outside and is able to, like, you know, bring it in and put it with the food pile.
Yes, and
What?
Just flop it on the veggies.
before I
We have to dress it first. Jeez.
Yeah.
come down into the burrow fully, I'm just gonna cast alarm on the hut up top again.
Absolutely.
Jeff will hoist this deer feet first from. I'm assuming there's something on the ceiling.
No, we're in a cave I dug out. If you want to clean it, go outside. Too much blood inside. There's trees.
Oh yes.
You're
yes.
outside.
Yeah, Jeff is.
But
Jeff
we're
is
gonna say
dressing.
pretty much after you clean it out outside, you end up getting back. Everyone gets to settle in. It gets cleaned up into meat.
You're an outside Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff comes back just like half covered in blood, like from basically just below the shoulders down on the arms, and like a decent amount on his chest and legs.
Is anyone a cook to cook up this meat?
I am not, though I do have.
I have-
I'm very good at survival, so I can definitely like cook it, but not like. I can just kind of like cook it over a fire very well, but I can't actually like prepare in any cool ways, basically.
I am able to use chef's tools. I have proficiency in chef tools.
You took proficiency for chef tools?
Yes, I did.
Awesome.
Chef tool. I took
You
chef
wanna roll a
tools
cooking
and herbalism kits because I'm a druid.
Nice. I
You
just
want
got
the house,
still
house mom, or like guild mom?
Yeah, guild mom.
I am guild mom. What do you want from
Guild
me?
mom. Cook. You want to roll a cooking check, mouse, to see if it's good?
Yes. What would you like me to roll for cooking check?
I'd usually say intelligence. If you can make an argument of why your character would cook with wisdom or charisma somehow, I will fully accept it. Baseline intellect, unless you want to argue something.
Yeah, I think int would be more like learned from a cookbook, and wisdom would be like just messed around until I learned.
You probably are a wisdom cook similar to a druid, just for the sheer fact of like it's. Oh yeah, you smell the food, you smell the seasoning, you add whatever you need to add, and it's based off of what you perceive.
Yeah, Jeff
so
doesn't add much to it. He just tells you what the deer's like favorite food is, and that they're very trusting.
Oh, that doesn't make it any better.
Pollyanna will actually help as much as she can.
So I would like to use my wisdom, and just because I do have not expertise, but since I have proficiency of chef's tools, can I add my proficiency on top of my wisdom?
Yeah.
Yes, proficiency in wisdom. I'll allow that.
And advantage for helping?
Yes, the help action.
Do you have any knowledge of cooking as your
Like I said,
character?
she is very good at survival, so she has like a survivalist mind of cooking, but no. Like she wouldn't cook in a
I'm gonna
kitchen, but
say
she can
this
definitely cook in the
situation-
wilderness.
I'm just thinking of like whether or not you'd actually be help in the kitchen. I don't think you would be as your character, just because one arm. Oh yeah, pass me that. Okay, cool. That's as much as you can. You can help out, but I don't think it's gonna be a advantage thing.
Okay.
Right.
Where did he go? There he is.
Well, having him help, I would also ask Jeff before Jeff completely dismantled the creature
Mhm.
if Jeff could save me the antlers.
Oh yes, of course you save the antlers, and they can be used as tools.
Perfect. Could I be able to use one of them? You could have the other one, of course.
Be my guest, of course. You're the one who betrayed the creature for us.
I have a love-hate relationship with this character now.
How
Okay,
strange
so-
that you have such well-stocked pantries of fruits, but no bug parts.
Yes. Also, Jeff,
So
don't go
Yes.
back there as I point down here. Don't go over there. That is off limits.
Back here, you say? What is back here?
deadly poisons and bad things.
Oh no. Yes, deadly poisons are for the alchemists to deal with. I am no good with deadly poisons.
I'm good with them.
It just
Beginning
looks
to think
over
my-
at you, squinting.
Not good
I
at poison.
raise just one arm kind of defensively, like, I'm not going to do anything. That kind of motion.
Just squint from beneath the Actually, at this point, take goggles off, take mask off.
I'm good at resisting them, not doing anything with them.
You resist poisons. Interesting. I may have use for you.
Yeah, I sort of get the sense that I shouldn't have said that, but it's too late now.
You may come in handy.
Thank-
Pun intended.
I look unamused.
Jeff will emerge from the back sleeping quarters, having found this sleeping cat, and like carrying it by the scruff of his neck, being like, "I have found appetizer to meal."
Oh no! The cat!
No, it
Cat is like one of those floppy cats where you can do anything to them and they won't like actually do anything, so you just like are holding it up and it's just dangling there and not even resisting.
no strong one. That lives here. It is a friend.
Well, I'm
A true
terribly
friend,
sorry.
not one to betrayed.
Has this one drank of the spicy water of the jungle?
Just starts looking around at you two if you have any idea what he is talking about.
What
just stay
spicy
sitting.
waters?
No, I didn't. I cut out there for a sec. What did everybody say to that?
They were just basically looking at each other. I specified
What spicy waters?
Ah, I see. Yes, deep in the jungle, next to my home of Zrub, there is a stream which carries with it water, which grants those who partake of its spicy deliciousness, well, knowledge. Knowledge of the forest and of the world beyond. I myself partake of the spicy water when I was still a beast. Oh, and I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention that. Wait, did I forget to mention that he has like a tail and like vaguely bestial features?
It was mentioned.
Very bestial.
Okay, yeah. Yes. It grants you knowledge. Some hold on to it better than others. Some are, unfortunately, compelled to seek its source.
Where would its source be?
It is best not to say. Some are tempted to pursue, and none have returned.
I see.
I will dig into this later.
But go, my unenlightened friend. Be at one with the pillow cushions and beds.
Yes. Find a bed
Oh,
back there. Whichever one you want.
I throw the cat back through the curtain.
Yeah.
Yes. Whichever bed
Brother,
you
you all
want.
want to claim bedrolls of which bedroll belongs to you? Just like.
Which
surrounded
bedroll-
with
Aliana
the
does not
color.
mind. She'll just sleep wherever.
I sleep in the back.
Yeah.
You just sleep on top of your books.
Yes, that is my
Not
nest.
everyone wants to claim a bed. I get it. No one wants to claim a bed. It's kind of like you share it. Sometimes you take that bed. Sometimes.
I'd take the big old like organized like mattress, like the futon back here, because it looked like the only thing that could contain like my gangly ass self.
Yeah.
Right.
Aliana is
Right.
tiny, so she'll just kind of take one of the front ones.
Oh.
Well, if no one claims the bed, I guess Zelaria will take the bed and the cat.
Aliana
Oh,
has no real
wow.
preference, is just kind of fine to sleep anywhere. She slept on the floor a lot, so having a bed is kind of a luxury, so she doesn't mind what it is.
Seven leans into Aliana. Question for you. Would you happen to know why there may have been a coffin buried down here, chained up?
I'm not from here. I have
Hmm,
no idea. Like I said, far away.
I see. I will leave it alone then. I don't know what it is yet.
Okay. I just nod along. And I'm going to then sit up and just start heading back to the beds to kind of rest up after getting bonked in the head.
By a fish.
Yeah.
Just like a slight headache of like that still ringing on your head.
And Jeff, help yourself to the... As I will just go over to this big keg over here, grab any random cup lying around and fill it with whatever most likely super cheap grog was in here because I stole it from a ship, and hand it to you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I have heard of this other type of spicy water that is concocted by the people from outside the forest.
Yes, just try not to drink it all.
You're a con save? You want us to get wasted?
I'll take a con save.
Yeah, that's only proper. Y'all complete the mission way too early,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, Aliana will partake too and kind of... Yeah.
It muddles the mind. I don't need it.
Do I even need to roll a con save considering dwarven stuff? Or am I just...
You have advantage, but yes.
Okay. This
If you
isn't
roll
gonna
two
affect
now
me as
one
much,
in a
but-
row, then you know.
Okay.
Dwarves can
Let's
still
see.
get drunk. It's just harder.
Let's see. How is it? It was 2... Is it this?
I think it's AL1?
Okay, that didn't work, but it's 15.
15. Jeff is keeping up with you, like, able to, like, stand the drinks as much. Zylara, you end up finishing prepping the meal. If you want flavor, like, give flavor to your cooking, you can.
I
do.
isn't, like, trying to chug or anything. She's just kind of laying on the... or leaning against the food storage area and just kind of taking sips. She likes the kind of light buzz. Doesn't tend to go
Thanks
too much
quality
further.
time. Pretty much Zylara made the food, it's all tasty. Do you want to flavor it and explain it a bit?
I do. I put a little bit of flavoring on it. I use some of the favorites of the deer to kind of use as a topping on top of it and use kind of a glaze over the meat with a little side salad of cut fruits and vegetables kind of off to the side to make sure you guys aren't just eating meat.
Harmf. Making me eat greens.
But
Jeff has found like a whole banana and is just eating it, like peeling everything back
Oh,
here.
no.
oh god, the whole peel and everything.
Tasty, but makes mouth feel funny.
Next time, take its skin off.
Oh, I see. Yes, like the deer.
Yes. Oh, this one is going to hurt my mind.
I'm used to it.
Imagine you pull out a knife and start, like, cutting into the banana, like, precisely.
Also, you guys have noticed that Xylari does not partake in the food. She just
Aliana
drinks some
barely
water.
partakes.
Side character there at the bar with you, there's more room there. Those two are sleeping. Yeah, there we go. Side
Jeff will-
characters.
We'll settle up to the bar and say, "I can see why you're all so small and skinny. You eat nothing but this fruit, and eat little of meat." As he just cuts the he does like the Looney Tunes, like cut a slice out of the cake and then eat the rest of the cake thing with the the steak.
Yes, I finished my meal.
Aliana eats slowly and not much. Only like a half portion compared to even 7.
You
Yeah,
eat.
I'll be fine.
You're no use to me if you drop dead.
I won't die. I just continue to eat at the same pace. I do not speed up.
You will have no luck growing that arm back if you do not eat enough meat. I heard humans can grow whispering to Seven, I heard humans can grow their arms back.
They don't.
I glare at Jeff for a moment, and then just sigh coldly and look back at my food. And
There
just sort of like half poking at it, half actually eating it.
There are ways, but humans don't do it by themselves. They need magic.
I'm so sorry. Some of my good friends can grow their arms back. They're lizards and frog people. Perhaps you could learn from them how to do it.
Zalari gives Jeff
I-
kind of
I-
a little look.
Stand up and just start to walk away, leaving the like half-eaten plate behind.
Jeff is gonna look absolutely just like downtrodden. I feel I have offended my honored host in this place far away in the ground. I'm so sorry.
Eh.
As he takes like another big swig of the ale.
Hmm.
It's okay. She's a little rough around the edges right now. I'm guessing some things didn't go well out there before she found us.
Yes. She was pretty bloodied and bruised and missing parts when we found her. Or she found us.
I see. There are many who come to Zrub in similar states. I'm glad that she was able to find somewhere she could be better.
They can be useful.
Right. I cut another piece of the meat off that I cooked and put another big slab on Jeff's plate.
Oh, thank you. Let's go to town again.
And yeah, this food's really good. Like the rub, you don't have like this style of cooking. It's definitely a new experience here for the Jeff.
I would never thought I would say, but meat without bug or bug byproduct, very good.
Shake my head and grab out the
In-
book, and I put it on the counter, and I'll start actually reading through it.
Interesting. You say that you eat bug parts.
Oh yes, you see, jungle very wet, few paths, so we must use the beetles for transport, but they are very large and surprisingly short-lived, so there's much beetle lying about. It seems a waste to let it just rot in jungle, so we eat.
Well, when we go down to your village, you should show me some of these beetles that might not have fully made it, and I could see if I can make something like this out of it.
That would be amazing. You will be very popular in Zrub. We are always welcome to have those with new knowledge.
Yes, I could teach you all how to cook something more instead of just... How did you eat them previously?
Well, until someone who drank the spicy water and learned of spices, and thankfully descriptor for water, we ate them largely cooked over fire. But we have been adding different juices from insects and plants and stream.
I see. That's very interesting. I feel like you
But
could
what-
make a nice soup out of the beetle, using its shell as a bowl.
Jeff is gonna look like you just told him that his mind is blown at that. Like the idea of soup and a bowl to hold the soup and using the shell as a soup. He's gonna drop his silverware on his plate, just like his eyes are dilated. It's like, yes, you must come to Zrep. We have much to learn.
Oh,
I would love to come. But you two have fun as I go over to the other side of the bar and pick up Aliana's plate. And I'm going to pop the bar and I'm going to go talk to her while you guys do whatever over here.
Before you do, Seven, roll an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I actually had a roll I want to make too. Though I try not to ask for him.
Investigation.
Sorry, what was that?
Earlier, when I mentioned the spicy water and what it did anyone, I heard the reactions of everyone, but did I get the feel that maybe anyone was hiding anything?
No, it seemed, especially because like 7 is the one that would remind you the most about, like, you thought 7 would have probably partook in spicy water, but especially 7 with like how like smarty seeming they are,
Hmm.
you thought they would have drank a lot of spicy water, but no, it seems like they have no clue about spicy water. And if
Oh,
someone
okay.
has a lot of like knowledge from spicy water, then they should know about spicy water,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
None. To Jeff, at least.
No, Jeff. Maybe he. Yeah. General sense, probably no, they don't know about it, and they probably weren't hiding something. As for that investigation, reading into it, it seems like the final entry of the book, it seems like this book was mostly destroyed first. And then near the end, it's a little bit more cohesive, and then new text was written over top of it before it was destroyed, or like after it was destroyed, I mean, kind of just added to the book. It seems to be written in a hurry and a haste, as if something bad happened, the book got destroyed, and they started writing something anew. The new text, which is easy to be seen, is everything's lost, but I've kept my life's work. It's acting strangely. I need to get away. I will find a new book to relate the process of how I got here.
Interesting.
However, it can be inferred that he probably never got to a new book.
Yes.
Within that being said, the general book seems like it was power, growth, something to do with getting stronger. There's a lot of things, but it kind of lines up, especially with the knowledge you learned earlier. It definitely is a item that is meant to grow the growth.
Yeah, I think so.
The unintended side effects is probably whatever the heck happened with that creature. Some sort of mutation.
So would you say?
But you assume that weird mutation creature and the negative downsides weren't supposed to happen.
I see. All right.
That
Can
being
Jeff
said,
read? Can I see any of this?
Jeff, can you read? That's my question. Like, it's up to you if you want to be able to read.
Did you ever learn to read?
I'm gonna say yes, but like picture book level.
Cool. A lot of this writing is. I should also mention a lot of, like, this is what you can pick up. There seems to be this wizard use ciphers within most of his written work. There are segments that probably go into the more technical side of things, but, like, without the actual cipher he used, which was probably just, like, made up on the spot by him. Not actually, but, like, a cipher he only knew.
Yes.
It's going to be impossible to interpret it, but you could get at least the few bits of information.
I see.
And essentially, like I said before, it is something that is each kill you'd make, anyone within the guild will increase the guild's power and growth, aka XP. It is a way to pretty much make, because currently in the game, how much things you kill don't matter. It's based off of the sessions. So killing things would add a small amount of XP. The more things you kill, the more XP you gain. However, the more things you kill, the more it grows in power. The more it grows in power, the worse the downsides will be if the person wielding it ever dies.
Which I had a question about that.
Yes.
So the way you're talking about the gem, so is it so when you have the gem, it corrupts the, like, on death, it corrupts the person?
Yes, that is what you can pick up right now.
Okay.
That being said, you might be wondering about the skeleton, which that was not corrupted.
Yes. I was just wondering if it is actually a corruption ability, because the Nezumi have their corruption immunity.
I did not think about that in the slightest.
You can never suffer from the corruption spell or the corrupted condition. Any effects that would change your alignment don't work on you, and you're immune to effects such as suggestion up to 3rd level.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that.
That's why I was
Because
asking, is
this
this...
item I thought about for like a different campaign, for like not like a different guild first. Yeah, no, fuck, shit.
I broke
There's
it!
no downside.
I broke it! Okay, then.
Theoretically, god damn it, no! Oh my goodness, you'd probably still lose the power, but upon death, theoretically, if you attune to it, you have limited amount of attunements.
Yeah.
You wouldn't turn into a.
I
big
wouldn't turn
rage
into a monster. I would still lose the levels, because that's just a negative level drain, but I wouldn't be turned into a monster.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I'm happy. Like, I love, like, no, that, like,
I broke it.
absolutely. I did not line that up, and, like, I love it because I didn't do it.
I was
didn't make it a
wondering if
freebie.
you lined it up, 'cause I'm like, huh. Sounds like he's saying this, like, it corrupts them, turns them into a monster. I wonder if it is a corruption effect or if it's something else. Well then, I guess I'll start attuning to it.
Cool. Yeah, because this was, like, originally I had this item, like, in mind for Extra Banal's game, but then, like, I never actually used it, so... Oh, that's so good!
Jeff, that's a toilet back there.
Max! There's spiders back here.
There is a spider back here, yes. He guards the toilet. His name is... Huh.
His name is
His-
Jeff, meet Jeff.
His name was Ha. I'm sorry, I did not realize.
Oh well.
Not a very good defender then.
His job was to keep the bugs out.
I shall shoulder this burden.
Okay. With that, yeah, I just sit and attune to it, read my book, and just relax, and later on I'll head back to my laboratory.
Sure, absolutely. Y'all will have, like, little bits of bonus XP. That's all nice and dandy.
Are we gonna get to Aliana and Xylaria, or no?
Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me. As that was happening through there, Xylaria, you carry over. The lighting is dim. We're gonna move the side characters so they're not like sleeping in the background, because sorry, other guild members that are NPCs. You don't get the love right now.
So as Xylaria walks in, she can see Aliana currently laying on the bed, in a position to be sleeping, but very clearly awake, her eyes still open, just staring up at the ceiling.
I come and I sit down in the sleeping bag right next to you. What's wrong?
I think for a moment and just look off to the side, kind of turning my head. Left
Yeah.
arm still gently rubbing my right, or where it was.
Yeah, I set the plate of food next to you. Is there a reason why you didn't finish, other than, I'm guessing, the pain in your arm?
I'm not hungry.
Is everything okay?
I don't see how it could be.
Are you alive? You did a real good damn job at smacking that beast.
I very softly chuckle and then look back down.
You're strong even with your... I kind of look down at her, the missing limb, but don't let that stop you.
I'm trying not to, but it's so fresh.
Well, how about this? survive long enough in this area, and you survive long enough, when I get stronger, I can regenerate your arm. If you
I-
feel like you still wish to have it.
I set up a small bit to just kind of look at her to make sure she's being genuine. I don't know
I'm.
if that's an insight or not. Or it's just
You can
automatic.
incite me if you wish,
Okay,
as I
like the
have this
insight.
gentle smile on my face.
Let's see. That is +6. 20. 15. All my rolls are so bad. Okay. So I sort of look up for a moment and then just kind of lay back down. It's a long way off.
Would be a long way off.
Even the strongest in my town couldn't do that.
Just because the strongest that you know couldn't do it, doesn't mean that no one else can. Everyone has their power limits.
Seems I've found mine.
You're still very strong yourself. You don't need to keep putting yourself down about it.
It was too weak. Can't go through that again.
What happened the night that happened? Or the day? Or do you
I-
not wish to share that yet?
I open my mouth to begin to talk, and then just close it again and look away. With slightly gritted teeth. I just don't talk.
I put my hand on your leg, and I'm going to look at you. It's okay. Open up when you're ready. With that, when I say ready, I'm going to cast my healing word. And you are going to heal 5 points of health.
Alright.
And when I say these words, some spores kind of come flying off of me and land on you. In a little bit while longer, you feel those spores kind of give you a little bit more vitality. You gain 2 extra health points. Not in overhealth, just in extra healing if needed.
Now I'm max HP.
And I smile at you and walk away and go back out to the group.
So I turn around so that I'm facing up, but not quite facing you, and then just turn back around and let you walk away.
Anyone want seconds or thirds?
Food.
Alright, I place more meat on their plates if they need or want more. Since we have it right now.
Oh, I was muted. Yes, Jeff, 1 second. Or third,
Okay.
rather.
Jeff gets another big slab of meat. I don't give him the veggies this time.
You have my utmost and deepest thanks. Just digs into it.
Wonderful. I just
Right.
eat, and then is there any special way I have to attune to this gem, Raylan?
Hmm?
Is there any special way that I have to attune to this? Is there
Same as any other magical item with attunement. Spend an hour with it. Maybe because a good night to sleep. Not
Okay.
actually.
I didn't know if it was because
Uh,
it was a weird gem, if I had to like implant
like
it
the
or wear it as
idea.
like a necklace or something.
Embed it in
I
your
like
forehead.
the idea. You can say no to this. Is pretty much you have it on you for an hour, and then it kind of enters your body and infuses into your body. So like similar to that one creature's eye, it looks like an eye, but it's actually just it doesn't have to look like an eye, but like put it in so that your chest, and like you have like that red gem sticking out of your chest essentially.
Perfect. That means it's hard to be stolen.
Exactly. Where do you want to infuse into yourself?
Um,
make it into your nose. You can have a clown nose.
Definitely
Rudolph.
not. How big is it?
That can be played with just for your aesthetics. Like, I'm not gonna say it's about the size of a. I'm gonna say you can play with the aesthetics with that.
Okay. I'll have it infuse onto like one of my fingers so it looks like a gemstone of a ring, but it's in my skin.
Okay, kind of like surrounding your entire finger, looking like a ring, essentially.
Either that or just like a big lump on the top of one of the fingers, like a gemstone, either way. Or on just like a gemstone embedded in like the back of the hand. Any of them.
Yeah, I'm
work.
gonna say the back of the hand because at least it's like a bit better sizing if it looks bigger.
Perfect.
The tiny one around the finger seems like it's too small. Embedded into the hand seems like more realistic.
I like it. Picasso.
Cool. Add that to your physical appearance of like magic red gemstone embedded to the back of your hand.
Jeff, in between giant bites of steak, will say to Zalaria, it's like, oh yes, your friend Seven has been reading a fascinating book on growing flowers, I believe. It has many complicated words.
I just look
How
at
does-
you, Zylari, and just shake my head no.
I look down at you. You get the knowing smile from me. Oh, what type of flowers are you learning to grow? So that I could teach you more about them.
Special ones.
Oh, well, you know, I do know a little bit of flower power, as I make a flower appear in my hand. Pun intended. I give the flower to Jeff.
Thank you. It looks delicious, and I'll eat the flower.
If you eat the flower, it gives you a little tingle in your mouth.
Oh, spicy flower.
I imagine if you walk, I imagine when you walk into the darkness, there's like a little bit of like iridescent like spores around your mouth that like just make your mouth glow a bit.
Oh yeah, if you walk into a dark room and you look down, you're going to see your mouth glowing randomly.
Nice.
That's going to be fun for Jeff.
Poor Jeff.
We love barbarians. They're the best.
Yeah.
Was there anything else we want to tackle today? Any more RP sections? Any more things like that? Usually the games go longer, but I think it's partially due to
No, Aliana just has depression.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll give you a cool robot
getting
arm
better.
with lasers and knives.
Hmm?
Nothing. Just a joke.
Yeah, usually it's longer. This was like a extremely shorter one, which I feel bad. To make it up to you, I'll try and make it so not next week, but the week after when we start them up again, we can do your game first. It sounds like it is going to be maybe perhaps to travel back to the rug.
That was great.
Yeah,
Alright.
that sounds
You
like
know
a good
what?
one.
A 2.5
Imagine if we're
hour?
gonna.
That's
It'd be
not
funny
bad.
if we're. It'd be funny if we're gonna do that and then Jeff doesn't get rolled on the wheel.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm thinking about. It might end up being one of those situations where if Jeff isn't rolled on the wheel,
I think Jeff gets a
then
bye.
I'm going to say something happens and a different plot point is going to take place.
Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Seems fair.
Alrighty.
By the way, Umbra, you've been on just chatting this whole time instead of D&D.
Yeah, when I tried to put in D&D, it wouldn't go.
Hmm.
I gave up on it. I tried like 3 or 4 times.
Alright. Odd.
Like, I see it.
Yeah, just because of the product. Also, I didn't
It
expect you to want to go
works
to
now.
your episode.
I tried like 3 or 4 times before we started, and it works now.
Oh, it's on D&D though, not Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that's a
weird.
different game. It should be Dungeons and Dragons. Like the full thing.
Hey.
Good enough for now. We're ending anyways next time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could RP me walking back into the sleeping quarters with a glowing spore mouth and having to explain that to Alian.
Aliana would not question it. Would just
It is what it
Yeah, it's
is.
too
yeah,
sad.
she isn't really in the mood to converse more.
I swear I didn't. I did not eat your friend.
Oh god, I'm never going to hear the end of that. I said that we were friends.
Then you're the one that shillelaghs it into the
I'm the
long
one
nap.
who gets the fucking killing blow.
You get the long nap.
But yeah. Thanks for session. This was great. I love this. I'm so glad I rolled 6 on intelligence for Jeff.
Y'all, like everyone's character here. I'm already like in love with.
I really want Aliana to get happier, because currently, like I said, she's very depressed. Because it's a very fresh wound.
Yes.
Oh,
Still
you
has
can't-
balls on the
physically.
case.
You can't be depressed in a village full of Jeffs. All right, it's
Oh,
impossible.
God.
Village
will.
full of Jeffs.
I am hoping I can carry that same energy you bring, because that's like, I think it's called a himbo.
Mhm.
Oh, big
Yes.
himbo. That's what I was shooting for. Yes, was
Yeah,
himbo.
that's what Bala was. Bala was a himbo, but like a female himbo, but not a bimbo. Notably different.
Yes, those are very different.
But
That being
so
said,
many times when I say that Bala is a female himbo, people will say, "Oh, that's a bimbo."
No,
I'm like, no.
no, very different.
Exactly.
Himbo's very different from himbo. Yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
Drake, you do still have those 2 points to expend at some point to like level up the skill tree. I should probably actually get you a picture of that skill tree, so and like actually
Yeah, and I
do a
think
proper
2 more
one.
now, because I think 2 people did support the guild.
We got yeah, probably I think both those people are in the game.
Yeah. Tape, you're in the game.
And
Blob Mitch is going to be joining.
yeah, so I'll be
Oh,
looking at your guys' points.
speak-
Those yeah, so just for everyone right now, if you are in the game or you're going to be joining the game soon, the 1,000 point support the guild is to become an NPC in the game, not to support it otherwise. That's if you can't play, you can be an NPC to help support.
Boo.
By the way, while we're on the topic of point redeems, if True Resurrection is cast on Aliana, I would like her to keep her missing arm.
Yeah, it is going to be a
Yeah.
character thing. I'm not the type of person to be like, ah, yes, you know that character development? Out the window.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
I'd like her to have to get it through somehow else, and this can just be a kind of pop back to existence rather than a
Yeah.
full body restore.
There is no level up as of this current moment. Y'all are all so super close, but I kind of prefer it that way.
Yeah.
next
We
game,
didn't do
you'll-
much, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even if you did a whole ton. It's based off of session.
Yeah, and Aliana is was already on kind of the verge because she is fairly strong but hasn't tapped into her key yet.
But this was a good selling in. Ironically, no matter who plays, I think everyone gets to level up.
Yeah.
I have adjusted the XP system. You receive a lot more. There's going to be. I don't need to get into it, but pretty much y'all will be receiving a lot more XP than Season 1. Season 1 was a very, very slow grind. And now it's not gonna be.
I see.
Ooh,
And we got
okay.
the bonus from this gemstone now.
And yes, bonus from the gemstone starting from game 2.
But-
Unfortunately, you didn't do the reckless thing and just immediately shove it into your face.
Oh no, I wasn't blatantly reckless. How could I?
Oh
How
my
could
god.
you be a true
Oh,
artificer?
Yeah, you besmirched the mad scientist name.
No, I'm
I
still a
can't
mad
believe-
scientist. I was gonna go back and
I thought
experiment on it.
you can't be corrupted wouldn't come up for like a long time.
I forgot I had it till I was just reading through. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, it seems very niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so niche, but I absolutely love it because it is like a cool ability. It's homebrew.
Got my
Homebrew AF.
Corrupting
Yeah, I figured.
Immunity,
Uh,
the scent, the fleet foot.
Speaking of upgrades, will the cave be upgraded before next session?
I will actually.
So as long as we are not traveling, My character would be the one just working on the cave. If anyone wanted to help her, they could.
Yeah, if anyone helps within the guild, so I believe, I guess no one else has a character made. Diabolical might? I forget, did Diabolical have it? If someone wants to pledge and say they're gonna help, then yeah. You know what, I'm just gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give this for the free.
Nah, dude,
Jeff,
No,
we,
Jeff
yeah,
would definitely
it's
help.
the
Jeff is like
mechanic.
enamored by this cooking. He would take his big meaty paws and just like
Aliana
tear
cannot
it
help
apart.
much, both because she is very weak and is missing an arm.
As for the cave, if there's somebody who didn't go on the quest who wants to help out and like help expand it, then absolutely. But that's gonna be up to other people. I'm gonna try and make something on my own personal Discord so people can like communicate better and like have a way of RP chatting. But like I need to actually sit down and do that, and that's what next week is for.
wonderful.
Next week is for
Alright.
me to catch up with the technical stuff
Yes, 'cause
and make sure that we're all on the same page.
Because yes, there is no game next week, correct?
No game next week. The week after, since this session was so short, I will say, hey, let's do yeah, definitely
Will there be a raffle next week then?
next week, yes, there will be a raffle. I will
Okay.
probably set out the times. We can talk about Umber Drake of like when and where the day is gonna be next.
Okay. Wednesdays work the best for me in general, so
Honestly, samesies, so it works out. We
Wednesdays.
could say next Wednesday.
And
If something happens, not next Wednesday, but the 26th.
yes. And
That actually works out well
I'll
for me
post
because
a
I
link,
gotta-
you can react to it.
Yeah.
Everyone here has a chance of playing in the next game. You have a lesser chance because everyone else who didn't get to play will get the increased odds.
Although 7 is guaranteed since the host, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And then there is the option to do the vetoes. So if Umber Drake says, I really want to do the next guild with, or next quest with this person because they're my like long friend, or I want to do this quest now
With Jeff since he's the guide.
Jeff since he's the guide, that's also possible. And it's kind of gonna be, we're gonna see about that.
yes.
By the way, how much XP do we get so I can list it on the sheet?
If you wish to know how much XP everyone who went on the quest has, it's 276.
Nice.
That
Very
is
specific. Alright, so we're 24 away
it's a
from leveling up.
simplified method, don't worry, it's still the 60%, you're good.
Nice.
It's a 60-40 split still.
Yeah.
And
I didn't make it more complicated, except I'm worried that if you saw the sheet, you'd be like, no.
but
But I've got it.
go ahead, sorry.
I'm just thinking because there's and like pretty much if you join the game later, everyone gets XP.
Yes.
If they say they join and then I guess it's before the session. You know what? Blob Mitch, you somehow managed to like cut in at the perfect timing. You almost wouldn't have received level 1 XP, but I guess you do.
And
Also, Raylan, I have one quick question for you to specify on something.
Yes. What's up?
So, if we are, part of this group, we are in the game at the time, we are not allowed to use the healing head pads on people in this game, correct? Like, those are also
think that's
locked. If we are in, we cannot use them?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's for the best of like, if you're in the
I think
game,
none of
please don't
the-
do the redeems unless like you feel like it's appropriate. Nah, yeah, because even resurrections are iffy.
Yeah, I think no point redeems
From
for
us.
people in the game. Yeah, that makes sense.
mostly also the fact that I have just infinite points.
Yeah. Good
Well,
point.
definitely not
definitely.
you. But
Oh wow.
you can just power word kill everything.
Actually, it's only redeemable once per stream.
Well, you're a god, so.
Yeah.
You technically could power and kill everything, but I would not accept that as a DM.
Yes, definitely.
There's only so much I can accept.
We
Yeah.
lose XP if we do that.
And there is something that I wanted to mention, since I got a bunch of people here right now, kind of view him. Next week, actually, I should say this coming Monday, I'm gonna have a nice, fun stream because the 17th of October is my birthday.
Oh, nice.
So
Happy
I'm gonna
birthday.
be having a fun stream. People come hang out. Just want to start putting it out there for everyone to start thinking about it if they want to join or not.
Sounds like a party.
But yes, that's all I got.
I'll go. I hope I don't even know what day that is.
Monday.
But happy early birthday. I hope it's 17th. That's 5 days from now.
That it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 25.
Wow.
25?
Yep.
Oh man, you're so old. Huh? That couldn't be me.
Oh, it's fine. I was in the Air Force working on some really, really fun things while I was 19, 20, 21, and 22.
You had a lot more productive life. We're like the same age, and you worked in the Air Force, and my little. No, I play Dungeons and Dragons. That's why I'm DMing right now. Yeah, my life has not been a waste. Looks
Look,
back
for
on
the
all
past-
the YouTube
well-
videos I've watched.
Don't worry about it. I've been running a Pathfinder game now. December 9th, I think it's 9th, will be 5 years this one Pathfinder game has been going. It's almost been, 5 years now.
Nice.
That's cool.
Longest game I've been in is like a little over a year, which I'm still DMing.
Oh, don't worry, this is an absolute nightmare, though. This party is terrifying to deal with.
Yeah. My party just doesn't do anything.
Mine,
They just got-
Mine decided, hey, we don't like Cthulhu, so we're going to find him and fight him.
Oh, I wish that was my party. My party is just like, oh, we're supposed to do this thing, let's do this, and nothing else.
You
And
want to
just-
trade?
Yeah.
Take mine. Take them.
Okay. They just aren't kind of creative enough. Like, I love
would-
them, but also...
I would
Yeah.
love the going for Cthulhu party because I would
Agreed.
mold it into like a pro wrestling call out. Like, we're coming for you, Cthulhu.
That's what it was. One of them has the ability to psionically open pathways to other realms and was just spouting insults at Cthulhu from 4
Yes.
dimensions away.
Yes.
And they did it for like a year in game before they finally figured out how to get there.
That's amazing. I love it.
He's been on their shit list for so long, and then they got here, and the first thing our psionic fighter did was insult them just unyieldingly for the first like 3 rounds of combat.
Golly.
Yeah, I leave out so many other paths for them to take, and then they just kind of take the most straightforward one. I want my players to get so creative.
Hey Minnow, what about taking straightforward paths about your game?
We don't talk about it. Y'all just decide you broke the game on session 3.
Wish that was me.
It's fine. It was a good idea.
It's fine. Now all of a sudden they're saving gods, and Mr. Umbra's character over here now has 3 gods inside his head.
I'm in trouble.
Oh.
Getting crowded.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit interesting in there. That poor bard.
Also, his sister's dying, but we don't talk about that part.
Nice. Dying sisters.
Wonderful
Oh,
D&D
no.
stories. I love just listening to other people's D&D stories.
Yeah, they're
I
great.
want to do a Call of the Cthulhu game.
I would love to be in one. 'Cause I've heard it's a lot of fun. I heard it's a little bit technical, but
Yeah, I've done exactly one Call of Cthulhu game. It was fun. I got the best ending, and everyone died.
all right.
That can be the best ending in Call of
It
Cthulhu.
was.
You're right. That's true.
We ran away. The monster killed everyone else in the town, but we got spared. And the DM said that's basically the best ending we could have gotten. It was
Ah.
great.
My one friend wanted to run my one friend wanted to run one, but fell through. And like I was super excited for my character because like it was so not me, and it was like modern society. It was like pretty much like, I'm pretty sure I made like a pimp or something, which was like just like those so like out of character and like just like the worst kind of human being. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this works for a Call of Cthulhu game. I'll just make like a completely horrible person and like play that. And it was just like a weird like, wow, this is eye-opening of like playing such a different character, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh.
guys, but I need to disengage since we're done with this. I have to go over to my neighbor's house and watch their animals,
All right.
which was my job for this weekend.
Don't befriend them.
Well, let's see.
What? Don't befriend the animals?
Yeah. Then you'll betray them.
Are you
I
going
will not betray the kittens. The kittens are different than the thing that gives us meat.
Get in the meat.
Anyway,
I also have to
goodbye.
go.
If anyone needs me,
Bye.
y'all can just message me.
Ciao,
Same.
ciao.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye.
All right, I'm prepping a raid.
All right.
For sure.
My Call of Cthulhu character, I think, was a librarian. We got pre-generated sheets since we didn't have time to actually make one. So we had pre-generated sheets. We got to select from like 5. I selected the best one, which is the only one with like Eldritch Knowledge base, which served me somewhat well. I think they were like a librarian or something, and just kind of were here, and then we found monster, and then we tried to fight it. We tried to tell everyone to flee, but apparently they were hypnotized or something, because we told them, hey, run, and they were just like, nah, this is fine, and then they died. But we fled, so it was fine.
Oh boy! Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The good ending.
Oh, I should make sure I adjust a few things on my end for like after stream stuff. I don't think anyone would have gotten a retweet that episode, but one day someone might.
One day. One day.
Someday. Whenever I hear one day, I think
I'll be
think of
there.
One Short Day in the Emerald City.
Ah. Okay, after fighting with my Twitch setup for a moment, this is the raid message we are going to be using. If you don't have that heart emote, just use whatever heart emote you want to use.
I'll try just not use a heart emote and just post it.
That works too.
Yeah. I'll also get out of the call now.
All right.
Thanks
if
for
you
having
want.
me. It was fun to be depressing.
Till the next time we get to play Sayonara Peace.
Yeah.
Let's figure out who am I going to raid. Let's see. First time we're on. Oh, I left to eat. Stream is ending. No, I'm so sorry. Welcome in, Fish Wolf. Oh, did I get left here alone? I got left alone. Wow, Raylan didn't even hang out. Well, I guess it's just me then. Well, everyone, this is going to be our raid message. Go ahead and, no, we didn't do raffle. Raffle's going to be next week. Here's the, raid message again. But let's see, we are gonna go raid. Oh, we're gonna go raid my friend Zimu, who is currently looks like playing Fortnite with another streamer that I'm good friends with, Mojo Loki. So, all right, we're gonna get that set up. So I'd like to thank you all for coming so very, very much. And this is Umbra. We're raiding out. Bye-bye.